Ale fonsaje de. Ale fonsaje. Ale fonsaje. Ale fonsaje. Muna dabo sanka baluo. Ale fonsaje. Mbe useni dabo julalema. Ale fonsaje. Juloka man la maje. Ale fonsaje. Ni aja man la maje. Ale fonsaje. Suluo simenele da. Ale fonsaje. Useni masata. Alale amansa andi ale bonsai mbaro da bodima ale bonsai mbaro da bodima ale bonsai enu mukunda da bodima ale bonsai alale bate jola ale bonsai masole bate jola ale bonsai aye gambia bondi bata kono ale bonsai imaje molu bele sewota Arabe nyinkeraye ale bonsai maso be nyinkeraye ale bonsai usen bodanyani dobo ale bonsai dobo gae usen ale bonsai anata kombo tumami ale bonsai londo nata kulli ale bonsai okaelo adabo ale bonsai ayado kuoge gambia Kaya Mandela ale bonsai mayinduru kema ale bonsai ala fosalida bokema ale bonsai adale bate joda ale bonsai njilasi sedima ale bonsai ganja mane dimma ale bonsai sali suare dimma ale bonsai jari jalo dimma ale bonsai jari Dima ale bonsai tida sise dimale ale bonsai munaninda tata mailitu ale bonsai munatani mpumbole mude ale bonsai juguna ale fonsaje de ale fonsaje ale fonsaje ale fonsaje muna dabo sanka baluo Mbe useni dabo julalema ale bonsai juloka man la maje ale bonsai ni aja man la maje ale bonsai suluo simenele da ale bonsai useni masata ale bonsai alale amansa andi ale bonsai mbaro da bodima ale bonsai mbaro da bodima mukunda da bodima ale bonsai alale bate jola ale bonsai masole bate jola ale bonsai aye gambia bondi bat
Yo, assalamu alaikum badi walu kalbe bismillah YouTube online banta wala platform sabol to Facebook, YouTube and TikTok. Welcome to Nabi Arjumalumba. July Carol turning with the 11th of July 2025 is exactly 11 minutes to 10 p.m. right now in the United Kingdom. 11 minutes to 11 in most parts of Europe, and it should be 11 minutes to 9 p.m. in the Gambia. Welcome to Current Affairs Show, Friday's edition on YouTube, late edition, but weekend, so that should be fine for some people. Tomorrow is Saturday, so hopefully we'll have a couple of hours on to talk about ongoing issues in the Gambia, and I will open the lines later. Pro well after contribution okela kadiamu fanang also join kajako no bawo nyimu kajalde mi alon ko mbele dentala mankente da mala kachati so mbal kon to na ba mbal jayla komen ka ke janyami yit fana bantaba dembe programme dat langa dat ni dualla alaman du nañi programme ko no bismillahir rahmanir rahim funda ko alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin menaka chamin kala jang ni alon ko tolbe sena faso je Gambia banko sena faso je United Democratic Party sena faso je man sa dala finance ne tankandi kana filindir kumol fojam wala kumol mel yalon ko sena tinaro sama na mankan ngani yoti bari hadama do timmo mankan tan karola ni ngaka tambulu fanam an sa dala si yam fo kenyi be dwala be alama alay kayro kenena dimbali suturo ba bawo hadama dingo suturo wati be kumat hadama dingo karola le ngadu wajata kende fonanna melma soto bon sitala sa dila nyoko be mella karola ngadu sabante frewle alama ne manin ko fukele. And in that regard ben colleague control John Marong me alongo kunu abama minjo doyata na control most of the UDP la WhatsApp group ol kuno ka control songola na jego Finland chairman of Bob Toure or announced bao ati fongo be sabatri Finland ba gol kan John Marong fala mo UDP kabalati mero nying be douala alama ne manin ko fukala tata damen alama je fisala duniati alama la salami rabulu on behalf of UDP and Pantaba. What extent, again, my deepest condolences, which I did already yesterday on a personal note, but I am doing it here. Alama nemanika tala edi tala tomo kutengolu. Mbaka inu inalen si UDP line Pantabati ajuma fuki fon penno si wari July. Si current affairs show. So the fahala good enough. It's 9 minutes to 10 in the UK, but it's Friday evening. So that hopefully that should be okay. Brother John Morambe kontono sangola alama tala ala salami lal bulu je ñaanalante jàmm rek du dugga si waxtaan bi on the YouTube lambe ba si ñetti platforms si YouTube, Facebook ak TikTok yàlla ñu dugga si jàmm jëna si jàmm enen fi luñ fa wax rek mu nekk loo xam ne dafa njëriñ askani Gambia nekkuñ fii pour indi ay yaaxa waaye ñun dañ bëgg a am effective change in Gambia nguur bu baax loolu nag si loxo yàlla la des waaye si suñu taxawaay tamit ñun waa Gambia maa ngi ñaanal ñëpp ñu am jaama ak seen njaboot yi yàlla suñu borom jégal bàkkaar yi ñoo xam ne ay jiite lañ si kaw loolu maa ngi jaale one of our colleagues John Maro yaayam moo gën a àdduna démba moom moo ngi Finland démba yaayam moo gën a gàddu mu ngi am naxar fan yi am naa ne easy wut nag ñëpp xam nañ ne diggante yaay ak doom naka la jegeñe waaye mbiri yàlla moom mënul a xicc ak doomi Aadama moom lu mu def rek moo baax si ñun dinañu wuree dee jox naxar nag waaye dee moom dafa nekk loo xam ne ku nekk danga xaar sa waxtu because dee amul garab lu ñoo ñaan rek ñun ñu fi nekk yàlla ñu am fan guuda si ñëw nag mu fekk ñu si yoon bu baax because loolu mooy ñaan bi waaye it's not a question of nit mun na am ñaaka dee loolu amut danga ñaan rek mu yiix waaye dee moom is inevitable. So mbal konton na melbe TikTok mbal Daniela kukli na la dron alte F1 ma ali video alit screen o je tab o mu TikTok la saratoleti no on the live ni ko kumaya back at TikTok yeah. So right now 46 people have logged on TikTok and 2.2k. So mbal Daniela need dunta, that's the little you can do for me. If everybody tap, 50 people tap, then it gives the platform lot of recognition from Facebook. Dañoo wax ne platform bi am na solo because xam nga neexut nag ma ngi stream on ñetti platforms yi ma ngi war a bàyyi xel si Facebook bi YouTube ba pare ma mun a léegi dañoo indi verification su fekkee ne yéen nekku leen di tap screen bi play F-tam gars yi dañoo indi verification te loolu su ñëwee rek mun nañoo stop live bi. So that's the favor I'm asking from each and every one of you on the live stream. It's not a must, but I'm just kindly asking you to do that as your token contribution. You have a gift summit. I appreciate it. Whether I acknowledge now when you do it or not, because sometimes I see them flashing up on the live broadcast. I can't just, particularly when I'm discussing a topic, it's very difficult to just stop what you are saying, acknowledge. But I do appreciate send gift sheet. And I also appreciate you having damit johun because any more gonna am solo. I'm not any def why maybe they can't for various reasons. So Lolo is quite understandable. Okay, today we will go into the nitty-gritty of the topics, but I have got a few announcements here. Like we know the Little Sidara Tongmale, the UDP Diaspora Convention in Seattle is just about 19-20 days away. 20 days time, UDP's second diaspora convention will take place in Seattle. His Excellency Elijah Dabo should be there, will be there, inshallah, with the delegation from the Gambia to grace the occasion. We wish our folks in Seattle all the best. And in that regard, Sana Jajo and I will do another edition here, not this Sunday, but the Sunday after. I think that should be around the 27th. Sana will be here. We'll talk about last-minute issues in regards to the convention. So there are a panel here again, like we did before, exclusively joint broadcast, or joint to be co-hosted by myself and Sana Jajo. We're here to talk about the forthcoming second edition of UDP Diaspora Expo. As you all know, the first edition took place in Barcelona last year, 2024. So 2025 is the turn of the United States, and the chapter that won the bidding to host it is Seattle. So they will be hosting this one. Again, after Seattle, then the next destination will be France. The France chapter also will be doing a fundraiser in Paris on the 13th of September. So His Excellency Elijah Dabo and delegation will be there as well. And then they will be moving to Sweden on the 27th of September. Then from there, it will be the turn of GAS chapter doing fundraiser in Austria, in Vienna, Austria. Then it will be go to Italy, Spain on the 11th, and then the UK. Last stop for the party leader will be 18th of October. First ever gala dinner and fundraising under the auspices of UDPK chapter when the UK's second largest city, Birmingham. On the 18th of October, we will be announcing sale of tickets later, just after maybe when the Seattle event is done and dusted with, which is happening, I think, by the first week of August. Hopefully, the UK chapter will start selling our tickets, and then we will go full force with the arrangements. We are just giving priority to Seattle. That's why we are not going on full swing with most of the advertisement and publicity about our, but because that will be party leaders' last stop. So womanyana monomanyana sumela bao I'm not leaving the studio. I'm connecting to the studio. Okay, so now I will be starting the topic after those announcements on Facebook. I'm back. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it should work. It should stay. But you have the alternative. This is why we broadcast on all three networks. If this one kaput, just switch over to TikTok. Okay. I just want to start with something general. Then before we get our specific topics. Last week, my last program, na kata sorojang, then kata IEC la coach. Then comrade, Mr. Mamodalu Jai came here, and the discussion was really healthy. And you all know what happened. This is the beauty of democracy. UDP Online Bantaba, we are not desperate for anybody to watch us. Let me make that clear, because some people I've heard from the grapevine, Mandomani them say platform, no. And what is the need of saying that? Because we are not here desperate for anybody to watch us. In fact, watching a platform is individual choice. That is not peculiar to UDP Online Pantaba, because everybody have got your gadget, you've got your device. You choose. That's the choice. That's freedom of, what human beings have got freedom to choose, to make choices in life. But this platform is here for Gambia. You may call us partisan, but we are a platform in the true meaning of the word platform. And I'm going to go into the nitty-gritty of that. Platform na yeleta until we'll tell to put a check on the government. And also we do civic education. We try to do civic education. And sometimes we will teach things that are even unpleasant to UDP. Yes, because if we are following the truth, we should not just say, okay, for UDP affect Lale. That's not what I'm here for. I'm advocating for UDP, but Nana Tonyala, I'm not going to look into that. For how would UDP see it? Then that I'll be disingenuous to myself and my conscience. Bankudogo, Tonya Faifo, and Tonya sometimes Abukadia. God save this country. God save the Gambia. We have a lot to do. We have a lot to do. Sometimes change of government alone cannot solve our problem. I'm going to make that here. There are certain things that I see. They worry me. We have to change our attitudes. I think history should tell us that Yaya Jammeh Abondi Jele. We thought things were going to be honky-dory. But what happened? From bad to worse, if you ask me. This was not the change that we yearned for. Certainly, Manu Falindro Mohamed, from my point of view. And that has to do with attitudes. The Gambians are, false said it here, a majority of Gambians are damn too selfish. And sometimes we find it hard to work in the collective good. We work in an institutional framework. We want to do things our way. This is Gambia actually is healed. But you don't see it. It's easier to call out the government, but this attitude is within us. And that's why when you have change of guard, then this vices come again. And more careful, but in a falling kele. Because falling kele, nyada like a falling, but dajiko is there. So nga program that in the civic education, I will stop it. I will start it there. And I've said this time and time again. And normally when you want to even flag these things up, it ends up being an argument. And because Gambians don't take criticism. This is not peculiar to Adama Barrow. It's all of us. How many Gambians accept criticism? Very few. You can be very close to somebody. What Gambians want is praise singing, and it is very, very prevalent in many institutions. They try to praise somebody. They will not even criticize that person constructively because that's what that person wants to hear. Africa is a problem and we can't move forward. This has been happening in PPP days. It happened in Jammeh government. It's happening in Barrow government. Will it happen in another government? That is $1 million question. Likely, yes, if you ask me. Because nin daji kolumam falling, tarambulol te falling na. Alin kanam fongol nene. Alin fongol jile Gambia, why we are not getting it right. If you want to, Sehu Sedili wants to hear, Sehu Sedili is the best. Sehu Sedili, you are good. Sehu Sedili. In fact, you are not helping Sehu Sedili. Sometimes you go and say, Sehu, you could do better on this side. Well, even here in Nkafojane, even if you go to department stores, they put customer feedback forms there to help them. Imagine if you, all the store, they are interested in, you are excelling. Your customer service is superb, blah, blah, blah. How will they know their mistakes? Alena group all GB, the community group all, the political groups all. What people want to hear is to be keep praising. If you flag up something, they see you are an enemy. I'm talking about attitudes, because we are spending so much time. Adam borrow this, just like we said, yeah, Jambe this, yeah, Jambe this. And we are repeating the same mistakes again. And we got to be careful. If Alhaji Ousainou Darboe becomes president, he can try his best to do things right, but those around him, if they don't want to help him, it can't work. As simple as that. Just today we hear Barrow Mel Bardala. I don't believe in that. I see Barrow as the main problem, because the buck stops at him. Well, and leadership is very important. Nyatonga ti kumaya tale. Nyatonga ya ibe sonna tokuya la moli ye tokuya banibe tokuya le tokuya tonya kam. But ni lafta mobe please la, things can't work. And it's very easy to fall for that trap. I have got a lot of experiences. I have been an independent. I was working at Freedom. I joined a political party. I have been part of community groups here in the UK. I led an association here, Gambian Association, and have seen these attitudes are very, very similar across the board. Any group that you go, you find it there. And immediately you start talking. People don't, but people are interested in this person is good, this person is the best, this person. How can somebody improve if all what the person is hearing is he's the best? Come on, Gambia, Mbekachala. Mavogo, you always be negative because too much of everything is bad. That is also not good. You cannot be negative, but you balance the equation. In the Western Hemisphere. Hardly leaders will praise la. Hardly. Hardly you hear them praising somebody, those in public office. Because we got to be serious as a country. And I'm going to say this here. People can keep this as record. I'm trying to make it, I don't want to call it prophecy, because somebody will think that I'm trying to make myself a prophet, which will be, that will not go well. But just come along, angele come along. Nimman daji ko lu faling, mtuta teng. Imagine if a UDP government comes in, and all what we say is, ministers, oh, you are the best. Permanent secretary, you are the best. Because you know marry in your own, you had a long-lasting relationship. Where from Keko is the best. Well, there will be complacency. And it has to start now. That's why I am taking a sort of, you see, if you look at my frequency that I come now, I have reduced it because I'm watching, I'm looking at things. I say, God save Gambia. God save Gambia. God save our country. We need prayers. We have a very, very long way to go as a country. That's why I would stop and I will go through the JS to go to the government. I'm giving a general advice. Who am I to give an advice? I'm a nobody, but I'm a Gambian, just like you people are. And I have a right to speak my mind. I'm from Gambian already. Nga cool benje. They are worrying. Deeply worrying. And I was talking to a friend of mine, a former not colleague at university. I did that a political kono baraka Gambia political follow. I'm a participant. Governor Sehu, do you think we'll have light? We'll ever get light at the end of the tunnel? I said yes, I hope so. He said Atemari got a reservation. And then we go into discussing certain things which I don't want to say here. But certainly we have a long way to go as a country. I have that conclusion. We have a long, long way to go. It's not going to be rosy. It's not going to be pretty. People think it will. But somebody has to be a robust leader to take the bull by its own, change the course of the destiny of that country. Because Dogo Mania is not only in government. People think it is in government. No. I have to be truthful. I have to say things here. When I'm on Bantaba, I owe it to this country. Government attack again because they are in public office, we're paying them. But flip the coin. You see it everywhere. And it's scary. That's why I was just say, God save our country. Okay, so let me go back. Let me now go to Adama Barrow, another Mansakunda. Obviously, Adama Barrow got the IEC chairman appointed, Joe Colley. We talk about the Russian oil saga, and obviously, I just want to make a few comments because after the show, I had feedbacks. I got some audio versions anyway. I will start by saying Gambian, we don't value ethics. Ethics doesn't mean nada to most Gambians. And that's why in a topical that God save our country. The moment I say who's really long, I don't delve into personal issues. It's not part of my modus operandi. Since I joined politics, Kabrimbe freedom, I don't go into personalities. I deal with issues. And I will continue acting like that. Ndefalina. Inshallah. I just want to talk about institutions. Gambians will normalize something, it's unethical. Because I heard somebody saying that person must be delusional. Ha ligay kai sa family members then them si ligay kai. Hey, that happens. We all know that. Nila dogudla idingo sinajule ila muso sinaje we kema wole la broda naje barabi nala efendi la aita ate sila je dogudla foite ji fana maribe internship la anu nana daje internship la foite fongo ite solete na esi dole na be sila because tubabole ethics value ni edingo samala dogudla internship la ita foite fongo ni dingo esi common sense ite be o departmento e ba samala ni dole esi ndolma ethics value but nga mol moyle ba sanitize kam similarly because dolbi je man la fi carry offend yalla kani attitude membo ni data ya diamol ki fenga ha it's okay ntol ngamero no nyamem fengo fen man la fi ka muro diamo kono because même abe men affect kam amamela man la fa je kon ka ko ma ko le na bi jande fon beddu nakata kono ka general because some reactions jele ma fala do ba fala wa yo sa yo ya yo bu sa bop ci platform bobu non you see how Gambians are so childless. Yo ya sonal sa bop nga dem ci platform bobu non. They are talking about UDP platform. So those people should not come here. Somebody even said in a very arrogant way, I don't normally go to that platform. Who the hell are you? Who cares if you don't come to UDP Online Bantaba? It's a Lunjumati. We don't even notice that you stroll through. Right now, 104 people are watching us on TikTok. And we haven't got started yet. But it is some of these attitudes of Gambians, because this platform, yes, we got the UDP name on it, but it's for everybody. Even NPP supporters also know Gambia. But again, we are not desperate to have anybody watch us. Next time you see UDP Online Bantaba, that particular level, please stroll out. Don't listen to us. I don't want you to watch me, and I don't think we are not desperate. We are talking to people that is it. Because some of them, I even said they were even angry why Mahmoud Alunja. Me and Mahmoud Alunja started from the struggle. We used to meet at Freedom Radio. When some of these people who, I don't know where they were, I'm not saying they were not part of the struggle, but I never heard their voices. So there's that mutual respect between us, and he always listens, he follows most of the platforms, and when he comes here, I'll accord him respect. But instead of addressing the problem, because we should not entertain this kind of situation. IEC is a public institution. When elections are being conducted, that is purely the responsibility of the staff of the IEC That should be there. That's why Jando could allow to ligay kai. And people say, and the naivety is, it's not, there's no law which stops somebody. Let me ask you a question. Where does it stay on your employment contracts that if you go to work and you fall in love with somebody, then you cannot work together? It's not stated in any employment contract. Jumale ba fola ko ya savelo employment contract kana ni da do kudla ye moje mo dol bije partner so dol bije mita do kudla le do kudla e mita wolte fo dol bije data futu fam akakele okake dunia kono bakel all over the place yeta yela do kudla ni mo do jeje alla kol kala kilendi kol nata kalte ma kono nata tema fal futu but immediately albe do kudla ya je ko atol kanole baltema e kal bondele kal separate le munane kal separate ni la fa jele ni kal Fabela, is it stated in your employment contract? And but these people, most Gambians are so gullible. We don't think outside the box. Everything they said, is it a law? Gambians are fixated on this law. And that's why Adam Aboro be siri mol kungokan. Fengo fenga kafo loale consider as many times as possible. Dunia buka tamande law damala. That's what they call ethics and law. The two go together. Unfortunately, Gambia and in many African countries, abukata. But most of the advanced countries, you can influence le samanyola. And hana misilime ya menka noma. Influence le katanyola. Ethics aning sariang aning hadiso wole katanyola. Ko dolbi ya manning. Munana ni albe do gudla itata jere kini moje kanobla tal tema. Nim management yo jere e ka fole ko itete do ko kala ñin sen department e ka do move le atol membe la moy kal yalo ñini ka bara bu ka trele employment contract kono wo bu ka safi because bu ka fengo safi lo bu ko kon UK here we have an example very UK be balkan Brexit Malon Jumalo Labour Party la leader at that time for Jeremy Corbyn Lombang atol membe UK al sen haklo blandi. But bring matter kata court. Jojo ni Supreme Court la Jojo ni the verdict la wala ko came along or label leader. I have found recused. Musonia have found recused. But I'm interested it was not written that the woman could not have carried on with the court cases. Like when the people ask, is it in the law that you cannot go to IEC if your child is that is myopic? Because not everything is written in the law. Some things are unethical. But Gambian all come is it in the law? Is it in the law? It's very difficult to change the mindset of Gambians because Gambira Nyaming sometimes is crazy, far-fetched. Because I wouldn't use the word extraordinary. Ethics, Mbuka Noma, Walana, today, Gam Petroleum La Boss, Yoro Jallo is staying put as managing director of Gam Petroleum, Walatina, Ndobin, Ablai Job, Mealongo, now tourism minister Mate. I mean, he's paying put. He used to be petroleum minister, allegedly implicated in a report endorsed by FPAC, National Parliament, but still Ndobin is serving minister. Ndobin is not going to resign because Ndobin doesn't value ethics. Ablai Sanyang will retire at resign the same thing. But do you think it is only government officials who have this problem? It's us. What about us? The flip side, we have a problem. When that discussion took place here, a follow-up discussion understandably happened on another platform. And I heard some comments. I said, God save us. It's okay. There is no law which says you cannot go to the IEC. This is why this country is so retrogressive. Because the way we think, nkamira nyame, mbewole nyama, kol dolbi jama nying. Ite tarla doku wala in execution of your duty, ila muso katarasiri dala, idingo katarasiri dala, ila broda katarasiri dala in the name of her, karimum faleti ombalo. How is that law? And nimolbo kachala, well, there's nothing in the law. It is pathetic. So nintol ka mira te nyami na mansa konda official ka mira wo nyama minister do fanan sa fono okay ñu ko this is nothing in the law mbadi mfana ngambadi ngo sama na njanga trasiri inteni ñu society be fallen na nyaadi. But there are some elements in this Facebook, on this social media. Itolula biggest problem is anything related to UDP. they try to be a fault finder. They will try to criticize that. Just because the discussion took place on UDP Online Bantaba, it's say who said the leave. He's a UDP member. Oh, in fact, I had nonsensical comments, phrases like that the guy fell for our trap. Then let's set trap. That is idiotic. Yes, whoever said it, that is absolutely daft thing to say. Nanambe ofala. Birin funding yo na tajang mediam kan 3 years lala. So ndolbo set up la nyadi la telephone ya dial any kumafu. Are you guys out of your mind? What trap did UDP set for the guy? If at all he was invited and then straight we went into that topic, then you could say it was a trap. But you have also the foolish comments. Man, I will dodge some of the idiotic comments here on Bantaba. But now I have stopped going to all this most of these platforms. I've said it, and I will not go. I have the good reason why I will not. Because we have a big platform, mashallah. If you want to address Gambians, I can come here. Or alternative, I've got maybe 1 or 2 platforms I can go. But to say that you triple lie, thank you, I found exposed. But some of these people who think they are the experts, because Gambia, everybody is an expert. They think they're experts at everything. In Gambia, no, it almost triple PhD or it will be master governance. And they sometimes they talk just for the sake of it. Well, then let's trap. In fact, how do you say trap in Wolof? Because they were speaking in Wolof. I don't think they use English trap. Then let's set up how my land. Mane wow, dega Gambia ñu dañ am problème. Am na ñoo xamne dañ fébar. Sen bop ay correctul. You got nit ki ñew fi. ñu ngi discuss draft constitution mom that day that was my topic. Mom mu ngi comment mané ko égal mu ñu ngi wa draft constitution mu ngi buga blame Mr. Dabo. Which wax bobu nonu dinañ ko daaji ci social media fi. Ñun duñ ko nangu waatu waxuma ne kenn du criticize Mr. Dabo de. Why it is not only going to be Mr. Dabo. Because Mr. Dabo has been criticized, he has been selectively criticized, targeted for the longest time. And it's not fair on Alhaji Ousainou Darboe alone. Lolo dinañ ko daji. You cannot blame Alhaji Ousainou Darboe wholly and solely for the failure of the coalition 2016. Are you out of your mind? Like I said, Mr. Darboe gena wa affaire 3 years. Depuis 2016, ken mënut a dégga. Bena wax bi every day. Mr. Darboe mo gena, mo ne ku gene pa bi dina su. But what about the other stakeholders? What did they do? Did their silence help? Because me, if I am part of a group and we have an agreement, Keba Sabali Gena wax something, man say who's only man nopi, then I'm aiding and abetting inadvertently, man get aid and abet Keba Sabali si wax bi. Waruma nopi. Dama wara gena man ko Keba. Ñun waxu don li de. And you wanted to see the agreement. We should show him the agreement. But that wasn't done. But they don't criticize that person, but they constantly criticize Mr. Darboe. Lolu modu amati fi. Because so criticize Mr. Darboe, ñun tam dinañ independent side. Bi fi ñepp am platform. Mobile platform. We have to be objective in our criticism. Mr. Darboe is not above criticism. Dama ko dey wax fi nga fo janne Alhaji Ousainou Darboe ñaato ko le mati politician ole mati Gambian ko le every right to the cast scrutinize and niaje ko ay menka mambete ba nyanta folale UDP ko comforta wala you are not ready for politics because momo dun the public feel ndese vous sedi le mole right to the ka opinion ke kan diamo analyze can criticize manyana kam fala wala the only thing memekala nimme yen neng wala Mr. Darboe neng nendero wo hani Adama Barrow mo manyana nen even before you discriminatory law ke to la parents all is all but Gambia bebe dairi because muganda nyanto fine they put this discriminatory law to la wulula neng ibe arrest la but ndol Gambia no la wulula le modo la wulula neng fo wulula le fisata wulula fo ni minister la wulula le fisata banku dingol la minister banku dingol le fonka katro fay ke tol keji ali jibede it only dibida wala sita yenyi discriminatory law and any future government any future parliament should repeal this law. Mbafoladi. Because lua me alonko, it is one-sided. Wofong is a recipe for bringing instability in the country. Because lua le nyanta dedalale pour que Cairo sapati ni banko kan. Lua fongo le nyanta tilina. But a new law apply in a discriminatory fashion, it take a fitino le wulu. So nyin dibida wul me nyin law approve, it will have to fitino le wulu de la Gambia. Because Baman Fisaya Bati, Farman Fisaya Fati. But it will cabinet a Philip Adama Baro ye more arrest, ikoe Adama Barole Bane. Ya arrest. But the model le bakane wo Bangkoka every day. Police also arrest la de. For Jumale Ba Fisata Juma Bamati. Alinga nyonyi ninka. But nyine kake. Banko mfuratale tinyaro keda andika nyum molle ni nyum membeka di amuteng. Berim falindiro kede ko no du UDP rek ñoo def change bi. UDP al dama mam falindiro ke ñun ñepa def change bi. Gambiano interesting tale. Gambiano fongolo ika jon tol mo si falmente. When the change happened, they took the credit. It was a collective effort of Gambian people among UDP. Ndelom. But berim baro start ka naka sudu nonu kedron ye fongolo bondije iko UDP le coalition otina. Alaji seno dabo e men nyinga legit question olom. Agreement on yili. I have on nyama nte se who said probably nta follow nyama, but I tell atemu loyalty nte ni na rentelo me nyinga nte ba answer in a different way. But I'm not allowed to seno dabo. Allowed to seno dabo is not me. We are different. And momo ele jabiri nya iti aje ko wole nyanta kala. So most are scrutinized all less. Funding ke only men nata jang. Nata dunta platform to. Aka Mr. Double criticize. So wobidala no IEC nyadi me alo Kabrin Freedom Radio so ite you are already a stakeholder because you are already criticizing that political party and the world election ola. So ite la presence at that common sense ite la presence ite manyana presence na wodbla. This is common sense, it's unethical. Bi jokoli me alo appointed duna jokoli la kotole. Jokoli dingo manyana sila ai. By the way, fat sense abale nyanta join na nyaro le domandi. Because la programme of falindiro le kadaje so nana tare mba kala la announcement o kali barati fananga la globe musarine na pare kabinala so alinga hakilo to gambe politiko to ndol UDP ngol ninna nyim platform siya jama be sometimes nga jahalle fam only very few will like Mr. Dabo defend this so TikTok. Dindi meren sol se taraje be Mr. Dabo kumol folay ila nyim platform to ibe bambas le jela Serin Keita Diba Chaku utumo kasafa nan kata jele bari dolu bi jewol platform de andu nyim nyanta ñunu engage lale farsen sabale sitaje ke ba sabale tanga example le di because siakale nte mobe to folano bari nyanda na effort dajla because bri wolunte ngo topico le jam munat na odebu Halifa Sallah. I have a lot of respect for him and Alhaji Ousainou Darboe amanke konka falekulu tentule because he is the UDP leader de. I menke o banko kan in terms of fighting for Gambia maybe isani Halifa Sallah le fon sutandi nyola and CBI I said I've had enough of it. Because if I'm going to blame Alhaji Ousainou Darboe for that comment, fear enough. But I also said, Madam Fatoumata Jallow Tambajang, Luta Munopi. Luta, they didn't call up a press conference and say, you know what? This comment of Mr. Darboe is not going to help us. He'll make going to embolden Adama Barrow. Let's come out and counter his statement. That they could have nullified Mr. Darboe's statement, right? If they came together and formed a press conference saying, well, we had this agreement. Mr. Darboe was not here. And now he is coming out saying, if anybody wants to take Adama Barrow to court, we of the coalition, we don't agree with what Mr. Darboe is saying. This is the agreement. Alingo tonyafo. Wobe Mr. Darboe la kumu nying aba dajila le, fata dajila. but ñu no nga di amu TikTok auto teng suba dañu ndeki ak Alaaji Ousainou Darboe turam ñu añ ak turi Alaaji Ousainou Darboe reere ak turi Alaaji Ousainou Darboe ak UDP ñooñu du ñoo wax affaire yi dindee wax affaire yi Halifa Sallah failure bi ak Fatoumata Jallow Tambajang du ñoom rek ak ñoom Mai Fatty all those players in the coalition ñoom ñëpp la because su Alaaji Ousainou Darboe wax lii moom kàdduwam rek wartu taxaw. I'm just revisiting this because it is being discussed in platforms time and time again, and to us it is absolutely, we've got enough of it now. So let's not blame everybody in the coalition. In the first place, that thing should not have been in the agreement, in my view, because Ntolu Gambian, how many of us na promise keep? Because ninyi mu banko do leti barose 3 years kala jiba ntolga Africa no lafta power lale alaji be membe ke kan Senegal right now malafika du woto but main kota Gambia wala ba suman kan Senegal to mando itol beta manage carefully because itol karantale but ngawo finyo le fana jabe dun kan Senegal because ni molu sita president ale bukala fika ji so mana nete be okala agreement to ka for 3 years inenta 5 years le bulalo nunji kilinke because knowing that ntolu jama baka lahido ñu ñaato ngol ni sita ya jamme biranata amavo transitional period of for 4 years later that was reduced but I announced to you moto dunia mol kijoy for 4 years ko jam fatal so jar maralo for 4 years so I tell her to 2 years but when 2 years sita jamme musa ka be jila la ko bira même fo ko they will go back to the barracks that's what he said alta ila announcement on mo jamme said that we will go back to the barracks. They would go back to the barracks. Famola hidol digamino. But bele jamme musa sita ratatoyol bota. State House air condition fonyo ba fala. Tamburo le kosilama. Power diatale. Power. Alaya la sembo. Doman ding awole karafa ni dunia nyaton kolma. Man satala la sambo doman ding. Wala nimmen sita nyaton kele bukaji because adiatale. Kamolom. Sugo Africa president wol tubabu du president wol wolka batale imagine wol site continue ka koy because wolka du wolek wol they have to deliver chow woleka kumolma Africa ni men site di taja mari balo se fresh iman baroje a balo bebe kuka siring bar sal baroji be alaji babe leer nyame because je diatale ya jame fona biranata ratato yol ba dato abe kuka siring bar jame musa sita after biramete ja afna namulu mo fa ni nyata jam ibu kawlo ñunon jamme Musa of 1994 ko State House ye diatale ibu ka domoru sam ibu ka fensa so ya jamme fanan ko 2 years but ben 2 years aussi da ya idada mo le mobilize ko mobrikama iko le ko jamme Musa na ay jamme Musa ya fam balandi ye mol sama state diates ka that was state manage alna ambem fango batandila ya jame ko no nte sona ya fango balandi ko ben nimmo kube diar ye fa balandi ko be ngolwan ba bela me rek jamo ko ha yo mena yun fango bondila abad adama baro fana ti senti nek biri adama be nimmo do sila adama ya lonne ko nate gagneta ngalonde Halifa Sallah nate gagneta num abal trier so kamena I have no doubt mantara la patriote nyonya bari ngalon ni nata num Halifa le gagneta num Halifa would have honored that 3 years ni Syria ja afanam mbe le coalition partners olan ni Alaaji Ousainou Darboe le fona yake num abala trier so manage la because abala county mandila no jiko soto bari baro mo mam baro long mo ma bota tilibole adama baro be UDP la UDP ngol fo mam baro long because abe deirine mo buka ma ko moy so this new kind of people you have to be very careful of them ni mo deiri sifalu so sa ni coalition obota i ko be nyin blemo be nyapin la Alaaji Ousainou Darboe kam fontol UDP dingol nyata online nen lu accept ate kela du fi amati ma ho moti Alaaji Ousainou Darboe blem la bari ñu do bele be blem la ñom yep la wala ñu faté wax bi because Alaaji Ousainou Darboe waxam bi could have been countered man lol la do la te luta it wasn't countered by the coalition partners luta ñu nopi shouldn't we call them out for that yena nekon si meeting bi when he made a statement why didn't you do an interview? You should call out Honorable Halifa Sallah for that. Fatoumata Jallow Tambajang, Mai Fatty, Dr. Aissatou Touré. You they will call out. But in platform also, some of these anti-UDP platforms, Subabengon UDP, And look, right now we have the oil saga. I said it here, but how many people are doing it as a topic? They're focusing on the local government commission, yeah? Because local government function has got UDP element of UDP in it. If the local government commission doesn't have UDP, people get involved. No time we go discuss. Hey, we know the mindset of Gambians. Ndobin Tay, there should be 2 or 3 days programs focusing on Ndobin. They have a minister of petroleum highly implicated in a $30 million scandal, oil scandal, Russian oil. But how many people are even talking about Ablai Job? Is it Abdul Job or Ablai Job? I forgot his name. Ndobin, now I tell them. They talk about Rohim Malik Law. Yes, Banjul. And Rohim Malik Law should be discussed. She's a public entity. But Ndobin has done more corrupt scandal in terms of magnitude than Rohim Malik Law. Gambia nak nafi haya mo for bari. This is a $30 million oil scandal. Need no Ghanaian no. Allegedly, Yoro Jalo modem Ghana traveled in the oil from Mali. Allegedly, ñu ne Fatou Babaro dafa am ci loxo. Ibrahima Jabi discussed nañ li fi long time ago Bantaba. We made a program about this. Those of you who are keen followers Bantaba, we spoke about this 6 months ago. Legi, because What's on Gambia, which is one of the biggest online platforms in Gambia, jël nañ wax bi obviously is going to be amplified because What's on Gambia luñ fi wax rek government dañ pay attention. Man Gambia man sekunda man sila platform la jamenta bi da What's on Gambia. Nde wolon. Iman sila platform la jamenta bi da What's on Gambia. Wole ko ku safe State House ka maman. Biri woye dabla ñu oil scandal ko to rek ben soirée la mol fana ya start National Assembly made an investigation. But don't like agenda Bantaba many months ago. But if you can talk us seriously, coming for Bantaba mu UDP platform let. But in Bantaba de, I mansakunda mama ndile nko nyim Bantaba le Adamo Barola Bamala allowance go shake up nga Gambia. Dolenga na friend Bakari Baji for na Padiemon dolenga mamandi. Right? Ndolmu platform let me je mo nekata na Facebook wala. Is the Facebook still on? Because I've seen something on the computer. I don't remember Jibeka na ala phone for it is still on. So Ntolo manke talk shop platform. Yalon platform ol siatele. Platform talk shop platform ol jele. Platform ol meli yalon ko ikanyula kululu bondi kaman se kuna export ntolbe ol le kono. Baro must go be wole kono BMG kanyula kulul bondi bar yalon talk shop ol siatele talk shop mole na wacha ñole fe wo platform si fa siatele you know wo platform ol fara mbi jele ndol mantara category okay ndol ga dogo menge kamanza kuna la cross ka adama baro la contract document ol bondi kamanza kuna la letter ol bondi kila ke tenkereng comme freedom radio kamenke no atol membe struggle kan la freedom radio Jame Musa man sila platform la na menta be freedom radio na colleague of mo colleague alamane mani ko for galay wodo monate diam tarek man sekunda fananka e ka yengatule wolom platform mol dañ bari façon roy di nuro pire mama surwal ka wolef right malum fo nga fo kule ba ni ama fo go surwal be medial mama jobol dul wol sen ko na Facebook o manta down the Facebook is on. But in Tolu, we are here to scrutinize and expose the corruption of this government. We are not here just to talk. No. Because until Ngajeko, yes, that is helping to the discussion. But the way Purkamansa kuna ke ragle, wolom ebekela whistleblowerity, yamansa kunda la kukurungolo, wansa kunda silata whistleblower lela. Ni yamera diamu kensa wolon ka wacha platform do fo le jamme musa bondi laji no ndolonga molle soto no State House ya jamme na tamele yalon ko dindol ka control ba nde ya jamme wande lungume nabe ngofo jande fo mbata maflo ko de ya jamme bidala sila do ko la ya jamme nim dole be silo kan tedi be communicating directly jamme musa ba lo rabe silo lu jibe ka sa en sa fo no le because num do ni ngafo jamme musa ba lo no jumalle ba dala bar wodo mo nin do be communicate kan messenger ani ya jamme be silo ka nabe communiquer kan na honest Gambian na ba ya jame smart tale nak ya jame smart ya jame ni baro Kenya ko ba kilimbang ya jame sojarolom ay intelligence lo ne I could understand because ya jame bira I suspect ko ala kuwol ka fondi ay meso do le put in place nte même for la jang because ningo for baro fana sita copy go baro man intelligent wo nyama pour ko meso sifal put in place. But Bria Jame, okay, then it became little bit difficult to get information sort of from Jame because Jame is very, very smart. Mokana ya Jame underrated. Kalapante ya tole dorong. A keraso bantale dorong. But ala brain ka work le. Anim baro someone in banko. Eman kilim bang. So ngam men value ja wolo nyintiko. Nimbe banko tala mbe tonya fola. Alinga ethics value. Ntol buga ethics value ntol problem be damen kume manyen nyinan tol ko wala nyinyandi andum banko me yalon ko ama ethics value a banko pride nyawta ko koleyale ntol la nyin keri pikin be wala bulala tida bobo ki jarange kontom borom fano keta ngasilla ko nango Ibrahima Silla malum foyna famata diamo la jahanko bari wato ko nabe deri nede malum ne de keri fara fanan kungo akungo mantra suma yare mbam bari ko kandi ya sifa den to la tuba dudande tida bobo kijera sayo kay nal kanyta tilolalde tilo nal kanyta wala ni wato kono almandan tilolade atol gambia hol dol me Europe jam fanan tol fanan be tilobe janna pupa tida bobo kijera tilobe janna pupa de ni wato kono kay mamala mo bita tilini na Gambia. So no le fo jang ngani platform le jabi mel ka fengo e ko aliou mo nya mebe alti aliou mo jaaje la jang ko because ka man nyana na la jang way lu nga dem ci platform bobu don hey ndol yudi bi ngol fana sa fo non na mo le nal kana sa nyim platform ol andu ne nga fo de wul listen bari ntol nga jele ko mbe mu kilimo lati dole bi je wole United Party konne fam pour moy na join UDP platform do fam is a problem and we are all the same political man ñen divide la political ala crossy e ke fongol fi sandi la fam pour kananto la platform hey jam mo man fi sa moti wala na mbe UDP ngol yama al afanale al dundula longal kata platform men to de ha ne mo ka fam fi sandi kanila platform do ifane fam kanyanda la karol Gambia is so polarized. Gambia is so divided. Gambia, and sadly, Gambia is pretty much divided on ethnic lines. It is so prevalent on the social media. You see it is glaring. It is there. Well, some people, I will keep repeating these things. You guys are not serious. And some of you are just hiding behind this so-called Alimbalal TikTok fele ben notify la al screen oma because il after the live news stop lale. They are doing this notification. Model gave all hide behind this love for Gambia. It's all gimmicks. It's laughable. But amanke ko wolebe shondo bokono de. Love for Gambia is just there. And I will remind yourself, asset ko ni jamel asset ko wax bobu non fan la dem women in krimbazo wul sa jang adi amoli say bu adi amum asset ko day tale tuk averi asset bi faté dañ ko because leadership of UDP is not in the list. Hey, why ni UDP ko do list total ko dem no sign tol be ngam fonyo di amol tida bobo kira tita la fano keta kamaraba tita la programoto se wo set liti na bantaba sana jaju tita UDP TV media mbebe tala len mbebe dun na tunko mare na te diamala jate kol kala jang keba sabale te bolo audio de dala mbebe ndelal fa sen sabalo mobile we de la nata nun to lal di dal be listoto hani saya diamo be continue kam mamalen ko wa if ala ju sunu dabo o onko la madu sande was among the list bente wax bi jehut but because those people are on the list wax bi dena. So you guys are not for Gambia. You guys were trying to expose certain people because that's where your agenda is. He who, who the car fits, let him or her wear the car. This attitude is what is derailing our country. If you are scrutinizing UDP fairly and squarely, you should scrutinize everybody. Just like I said, people are scrutinizing Banjul City Council. People are scrutinizing KMC. Fair enough, they should be. I am not going to defend any of this local administration here if anybody is found wanting. Just for say who's live UDP, hey, I'm not going to put my credibility on the line for nobody. Ni momo ya longo ikoy dunde bulole nota ite mum bulo ye dundi ifa ngo funtindi dunda mandu ni man dundu bari the other people mele ya longo they just want to focus on UDP led councils alkali nyaka si ndolo ngo affaire Ablaye Job ko xamne mu ngi center of this oil scandal momak Yoro Jallo and Ablaye Sanyang. You don't want to mention those people. Gambians will see your bias. Te dinañ ko wax. Fi UDP platforms. The Gambians dinañ ko diga. Hey, let's be serious about taking our country back. Let's get a tribal politics. Tribal politics ten sambala daoda. Nde mandinga diwo mandinga ding ibulo nota. Minaja nangaf. I don't care. Ablaye Sanyang ngamal mandinga dingolo. Sanada haba mandinga dingolom delegala ko moko jam sanada haba. Yes, national NDMA implicated in the $100 million scandal mandinga dingolom badingala ko moko janne ndela jibele ko imu surwaleti imu fuloleti imu manjagoleti anybody me ale to dunta no kono Sheikh Hussein le dina ko ba fi. And this should be the mantra of every Gambian who is genuine about Gambia first. What law call the key all of la, them are what to reach aferam, why key nekut all of more to kon you are into tribal politics. Let's be serious as people. Tay Gambia dañ am oil scandal bo xamne santa yalla ben UDP official dugut fa. Up to this moment, as far as we know. Why here su fekkee ne UDP ñoo involve woon si oil scandal bi comme asset issue bi tamit ben tey kenn mënut a dégga kenn du dégga sax si platforms yi the talk shop platforms. I'm not talking about the platforms that probe into Mansakunda la Korea ka gene si biti what platform will be jele like Suleiman Ben Suare la platform mo waleti atikata la Mansakunda la kulul bondi aka expose Central Bank na broda boa sedi ndole boda lamin nga faran toje list total allegedly ika fane fellon jele malonde bari na be boda lamin bu do si min nda fola jam but Melga Fogo will Baro take action against these people will fana ge fangole batandi Adama Baro wo janinga be mako la fa ye corrupt. All Baro cares about you want to show your loyalty to NPP. Barobe win na nyaming. Esel gansa kuna kurobe puchu pacha ya be tinya ye mendia da ya ke ita si officer kono kaire tinyang baro dosin kia. As long as it take NPP. For mona Ablaye Sanyang man ni so sang for be NPP ganye da berabe IGP yala ngamala telo. Tina mo ki jarato la ki banko ndega kusi baje Gambia ko mu gaje banko IGP bumburu ko wala kan ni so sika ka di ruling party ela ko wala ta celebration la ite bo jela banko jumale to Gambia is a failed state mbari nungu bukala fe moli yo fo Ismaila Cisse ba to nyalom a whole IGP officer be kumayri nyame sa dawda kayra ba jawral time on na mano woje hani ya jame fo la time na manaji election oka ke IGP bumburu kata kan ni so sankari and people because alaftala sida mole bambandira. But Nick Gambians, if we are united, you know, we could actually be a pain on the backside of this government. But even here in the diaspora, we are so fragmented that some people are picking their own battle. Their battle is to try to undermine UDP, to try to put UDP on the negative light. That is the agenda of some of these people. But they are doing it in a very cunning way. Hey, ñun yaga nañ ci media. Ndol meta media le. Mode ku kala jal media me is going to be new to us. They are doing it in a very cunning way. But look at the attention that they put on United Democratic Party. They don't put it on any political party in the Gambia. Even NPP. These people don't criticize NPP like that. That's why I want to talk to our UDP elected officials. Dukaral mol makoy alkana kuke me alonga sinal defend lo fon kolea mol bulu. Momo UDP le syndicat rodo. Kobe ala jusidu dawe advice. Iko kare nyimengera ni silo manta ite ko kana fundi la plano ni tida bobo kijere tata la fano keta for example akaka wolo defend tida will become laughing stock because you cannot defend the indefensible. Mbal Daniel albe kuku kela UDP ite UDP ngolle elect dukara ala mi control jaw kumbal si atale assets ko wolente kijo bondi Gambian wala ko ni assets modo lebe je ko be platform political party platform wala to platform to political party to platform for bari tol fo e found lon xam nañ sen bop wala wo suuto le wol tata rimbamba wala ke UDP volonté man sino kasa siso man mande mori man sino bambas man sino na TikTok crew diba chaku wolu kata mansa wolu kata ani juma serinketa wolu because tolnga na TikTok group wala soto WhatsApp group screenshot all the jumala jere nde wulda somanda rek na molka screen recording and tolbe screen recording kelale. Let me make it clear, you know, screen recording, there's nothing criminal about screen recording because it's right now somebody can record this and it's within their remit because I should be responsible. I should not be afraid of what is being recorded. If you are talking on public space, why are you scared of being recorded? Some people I don't even understand because you are already talking in public. So why are you worried somebody screen recorded your broadcast? Me, I'm not worried if anybody recorded this. Because it's on public. What I will be worried if I'm having a private conversation with somebody. That's why here in the West, they will tell you, they will warn you, this is being recorded for training purposes because it's by law. Inyanta more informally, ko ka record. Near more record without law, Gambian no leka but near more record without a permission is criminal. Anante ni momo record amanke consultant ni momo ente record ngalo ko karle foni malo nyumale record because na be groupe oto dal no nyumale be record ba nde yalo ndebe diamu ka hani groupe oto kam foko mo fon ba ni momo ente call ye record audio funde la ni be UK jande be samala na fol be dame because it's against the law be record la inyanda fola nyele ko be record la ibu ka mo record without their consent. All right. So screen recording dolla TikTok group also donc screen recording ol kele ika jurman na media group auto wolum screen record ol jurmata je ba hola la jisuru da bo sa jenda na nagi Amadou Sané mo jenda xoma bi amna ben boy ngamara sa borta TikTok auto ko mu ko ma xama je folo bi kay wuli yale fo jang fen bo xamne fen de fen de fenati du amna ñi amuñu ragal yalla sax mu ne mom dafa am list 1 to 9 ngama dol be mel lamay gal bal mari lon nani ala TikTok ni ñi nata wala ko amna list 1 to 9 list bi jahangut ñene ñi sen tour bi de ngena jaxal sax ñu nek ci coalition ñen ñep sen tour mu ngi ci list bi bari man sa ko lay list to même bondi ani say moje so marie wuli yale fo fen la wa why he will not come out and apologize because they know what fen te du ñoo am the courage to come and apologize. So when they thought that UDP was implicated in the assets thing, they said, you know what? We won lottery. Now we will finish UDP off. What be didn't go up 2026? What be didn't go up 2026? Ah, why what be what happened to it? Wabi there na de wabi after assets be didn't go up 2026 because they thought they won lottery. waaye UDP alfal sénéatale ñu suñ kilifa yi dañ set ñooñu dañ dugg si politics pour génne Gambia si coono loolu Alaaji Ousainou Darboe bu ñëwee woon solo Sandeng 2016 moom moo génne ak executive mu ne bal bi su ko laal mu njëkk ko laal. How many political leaders in Gambia will make that declaration? Bariwul de in this current year ak aduna lu neexee ñun tol funding kewo ndebange funding kewo di because man del mu ndol mu keballe bari dunia baluwobe diare ñamen jumale bela fele kalo kedo kedan tol tapetol tol takela ndeni mboñol ndol me algo just ni nata talk shop diamo da platform nga diam kan siso konko wala ba nikol ali nga funti in the straight ngoten jala bar Alaaji Ousainou Darboe abogata diamo TikTok diamo do la diamo mansia parlam. But when the time came for him to say, you know what, enough of this nonsense, solo Sandeng ben na patio kono ni yae solo dini merengo fa ndel kebal ka monesi yin kebal fundita e tata ye ilipa kidi kola sayni mol ko kana Alaaji Ousainou Darboe le doya ni TikTok to jang wo lolu yabate fofu la tolu way. When Alaaji Ousainou Darboe was going out and then Yaya Jammeh guy di ko duga si trucks di ko door yen fan ngeen nekkoon. Even if he says about the 3 year, yo mi waxu 3 year bi yo kena Jammeh Musa mu ngi Gambia be léegi. Hey Gambia al nga caxano bu la way. Alaaji Ousainou Darboe did not join politics to enrich himself, because if he did, if that was his region today, he would have been a super millionaire, because when the change happened, he could have just supported Barrow, and Barrow would give him everything. He would let Barrow take over UDP, I take elder statesperson, but now he would have done disservice to UDP and our heroes and the principle of United Democratic Party. A generate a lot of principle of Barrow kaya ko chibiti ayal political continue. Well, and when he was even vice president, he did not go to the vice president's quarters. Why don't you praise him for that? The critics on these anti-UDP platforms, you will never hear anybody saying why we have to appreciate the fact that when he got vice president, appointed a vice president, Montamuro had them see vice president quarters. Why do they? You will never hear them say that. All that they say, oh, I should know that more coalition be. But this guy was appointed vice president. How many vice presidents went to our quarters and they start using our utilities, our bills, everything, using our state funds? Dolby Jeff Woliela Corral refurbishment. Alaaji Ousainou Darboe could have done that. There are some vice presidents who use state money to change, refurbish their houses. But you guys don't even criticize them for that. Yeah, why? So freaking Alaaji Ousainou Darboe more than do. Can am jama si TikTok. So they come out with this bias with impunity. They just do it because they don't like somebody. We are here to expose all these biases. The Gambia, if we are not careful, Gambia, right now we have a situation, a very serious oil scandal. Many Diamola, Adama Barrow tata jo kolike IEC chairman. Nte akula siyatandati. Hey, the Gambia opposition was serious to know. By now, the opposition would have come together and made a press conference, say they are not happy with the appointment of Joe Colley, and I will tell you why. Near audit report of Joe Colley is implicated there. His name is there, not retiring, according to the auditors, about 1 million something is on the list. How can you appoint such a person as IEC chairman? And the whole country is quiet. These anti-UDP platforms should have been picking on that if they were really responsible platforms, but they don't. They're just focusing on fault finder, FF UDP, fault finder UDP. Hey, Mom, what am I going to look? UDP, what have they done today? Oh, we got something on the Local Service Commission. Oh, we got a topic. But your son, IEC chairman appointed, allegedly implicated in the audit report that you should be more preoccupied. You have a Russian scandal that you should be preoccupied. I'm not saying that you should not talk about the Local Service Commission, the local governments, and their alleged corruption. Yes, it should be spoken about. It should be. But you have to weigh which is more serious. Appointment of Joe Colley is going to have serious ramification. Because Nico in Banku Sobeoti, Momo walati na IC chairman of Oniba appointed should go to parliament scrutiny. Gambia is not ready for prime time. So iti amera mome ya lonko allegedly settled. Look at somebody say, here we go again. I don't know how you mean. Man, dega la wa fide. Kuko bugota dega, please exit. Wala nga duga nga am debate. Luma fi wax. Mun nga ko daji. Egal. I don't know be dega manga dega ma bala nga neka fi di cast. Luma wa fi. It has to be balanced. You cannot be fixated on criticizing UDP. How many of you are criticizing the Gam Petroleum boss, Yoro Jallo? Allegedly, they go down for $600,000 every month, different from his salary. National Assembly member, NRP member, ko hamne munsi coalition of Baro, kokumo watli. Samba, hama samba something. NRP deputy, whatever. According to what's on Gambia. Dalasi wuli keme woro kari wakari ko nyini ko le diala allegedly Yoro Jallo bari Yoro Jallo la kuma fo ndobe la kuma bu fo in TikTok auto just like the assets thing that they thought they won lottery. But on a more serious note, I'm not speaking on behalf of UDP, I'm speaking for myself. I think I have a lot of reservation with Joe Colley's appointment. I cannot change it because constitutionally Adamale is Sembo Soto. But Joe needs to clear himself. And look at the behavior of Joe Colley when he went to Lamin Cham's program. People are sharing those audios. So that person, does he have leadership quality and the temperament? And I would have said this even if I was not a member of United Democratic Party. Because the person is in the audit report. It's not say who said it is there. That this to be cleared. IEC, the audit report on IEC is damning. Seriously. That's why if anybody says the 2021 election was not rigged, you must be dreaming. And let me also say something. Ndel Gambian olu ndolni fonyole kata. UDP ngolu molmo be celebration ola nyin draft constitution ola kodo. Celebration okay just for the fact that nteka men celebrate nteka clean celebrate wolong balota tarla la legacy to ku barobe constitutional sambala na Gambia for president dole sama baroto ustuto la legacy ntebe wala celebrate kam bari nyin constitutional la fayo ama NPP ame tora de they are happy with it atole amera o baro in reality after 1997 constitutional continue ayin kele just for formality pour the donors development partners will remember about this constitutional. I only from Mohammed Ibn Chambers will only satisfy UN and other multinational agencies. Barobe ole can cosmetically, I can in a cosmetic way. But in reality, Baromang sawar ni constitutional. Bri UDP ning APRC deputy ole ning in fact, NPP that day they celebrated in secret. Nango kullo fali. Nteleka information o sotole. Ali NPP ngol nyidin kaybe jahalante information sotona. But they are very happy that this draft constitution 2020, so-called Baro constitution fond ya fondé. Because Baro bela furi munela wala after 2020, after 1997 constitution on the continent. Baro is very happy with the 1997 constitution. Because 1997 constitution, I president empowered. Ataleka minister fire, fire IC chairman. So Baro is happy. So bring you a new constitution of fire. Mole America Baro ni bekuya, Baro ni bekuya. And people call they are very happy that new constitution amanta. Nango kullo fali. So ni momo ben celebrate la UDP call. Allah celebration can you want in debe men celebrate ka wolong. At least Baro tata la legacy to go a constitution third republic samana. Because what a possible because the only way that can happen is for Baro to bring the 2026 constitution. Baro dunka according UDP call after kula atebeko. Ngamra fond dale off. So Baro will not bring 2020 constitution. And no man can tell for any other constitution Baro ya sama the UDP then ko sani sibiti. Yes. Niano aliafo control lebe banko direl kan we care less. Baro wahambi du taxaw ci deka bobu nonu. Baro sani 2020 constitution after 2160 yen blame len Baro. Hana ma degal nit di blame UDP fi. Kon ñun dinañ digalé ak yow. so len buguta wax dega ñu nopi because UDP donu dara ci constitution because we supported the 2020 constitution that was done in a very proper way. People were consulted, Gambians were consulted, even diaspora am in Chicago. I think everybody should support the 2020 draft. So Barrow in the 2020 draft, any other constitution in the UDP will kick it out. So Barrow soon you continue 1997 constitution until cows come home. Be careless. When we have a sober government, but Barrow any other constitution negotiation, it will not even go to the for second reading number whatever. Atita. Ngani menke nyi ndonto wodrom. So Barrow will lead presidency. Atekela ECOWAS chairman ti. Yalo nga fale je Barrow na atekela ECOWAS chairman ti. Fom ma fale. President Jomai Faye men na kununko chairman ya di ala katele man lafi. Wala ka man lafi. Wala na ya di fo Sierra Leone na president wala. Ñunu ga sawu Adama Barrow la. No, be like Gambia, we have a problem. Adama be president yala sanji sei. Ikanani be chairman ya ni Barrow jare ki sawu ya skip. Memba jala Macky Sall ko hey, alkana chairman ya di jinna de. Because Adama Barrow la OIC chairman ya wo formality de was chairman. Okay, go file covering before 2021 because the karate, and it has nothing to do with economic soldiers in Gambia. Because we have economic in Gambia, no. Chairman yani economic way you know sort of. Hani economic the Gambia you'll take Barrow kala chairman. Barrow doesn't have the intellect to ECOWAS lead. Hani ni UN ni development partners only for ECOWAS al kana Barrow ke. Adama Barrow can only be president of Gambia. Wallahi. Adama Barrow, at time, Gambia rek la mëna nek president. Senegal, Adama Barrow meyo ya fon ata soto la ji. Nga di même fale, meyo ya fon Adama ta soto la Senegal. Ghana, Adama te meyo ya fon soto la sakak president. Because Gambians we settle for the lowest of the low. Because Ntolbuka Jibe who can deliver, who has the ability. Jumale pedigree so ndolu ñoo bayindo rek. Ñoo bayindo ha buguma ki naka president malafi ñe ka president malafi UDP ka president even in hana tarabe jarela Adama Barrow sifa e continue ñene gambe barani but responsible countries wala na ECOWAS atol men ga Barrow support man na man Barrow ka ci amanoti NPP nga friend men Gambia maybe abe reason fo kan ñele maybe as a reason fo ñe man na Barrow te kala ci amanti atekela de ko ba di la Jomai Faye la kunun ko men nata because even Sierra Leone me ya di la Sierra Leone assistant sotole recently ma kamo dole kataji because wo men fana mesire nje wo fana ko fana ma la feka diam about other countries Sierra Leone president de fana ngala fana ala cool siata la matimatol siata wala na ya 30 minutes an ka de fana coup d'état baraka fail. At some point ngama Nigeria e mol kijele pour que makoy bar biya chairman ya ngama ko ya di wala jidos mada biyo ngama tolom de jine bi wala president ko chairman de Ghana la president ko chairman de president Tinubu ke ta ciati melni ala ko sain ne wol na wala Barrow ma ke chairman ate kelati hani e ko OIC fo be korontori ne Barrow bo nyin chairman yala because birim Barrow ke ta chairman OIC ay muneke ala kuma kilim fo Barrow chairman ya Gambia na famunela just title do ron tolo chairman nyin kelobe caring Middle East imam Barrow ja delegation of it ama EU mobilize EU leadership pour kataka peace mission ke Sudan ama peace mission ke so Barrow la OIC chairman ya Gambia na famunela Barrow kada NPP bureau yele kataka kubabal fo Sanyang port be Gambia be kala kurangotele be Gambia kala tene 2031 ni kuma ba fo drum because I alone ko Gambian we are not ready for prime time. And Barobe Jikiri ne gabe win 2026. Because I jele ko don oppositional for that malman ke kilenti. Akel ikanyin online TikTok all follow le so konyin anti UDP platform le ke monitor le kaje ko wala diamo be ika UDP le castigate. And SIS the NIA ika debriefing the Adama Barola le most of this diamo men ke jang. Baroka alone ko nyunu katra misada wala kungo ka most of the tani UDP. Some of the so-called oppositions. Melke formal command opposition. So the NIA can briefing all the time. Wala na nga fale da ika platform ol melta seriously BMG yalone ko world they are serious yalone ko BMG really want change. Wala na they no BMT man kila cup of tea. UDP online bantaba man kila cup of tea. But this other platform man care. They call wala ka nyali ngol blaje because wala ka ndol dia kumole fo nyi molle kataje melka UDP fenke be fenkala be misadaba so NIA ka debriefing di lale ikanyim platform ol be monitor ka ratings fanankele platform ol mele yalon ko high they it yaje ko wol moment sekunda la pain in the backside ladi your platform ol fanan categorize okay so Imam Moha Baldeje ako what about your party leader who cannot even be president of Gambia? Well, I would prefer not to be president, but than be president, but I can be disrespected at ECOWAS. Yes, was a man naka president, sir. Naka president, but naka president, among my peers, they cannot even trust me to lead ECOWAS. It can be president because Yalone Gambia world they don't look at the quality. Well, they can put Adama Barrow. ECOWAS look for quality. ECOWAS will not give Adama Barrow chairman na falia janne. Because Mohabal, the way come from athletic Ozinokono. I said it here. Look, I would rather not be president than be president, but I can go to my peers and they don't respect me. Don't one important now. Because Gambia don't know. Because Gambia be settled for less. People like Mohabalde. Because maybe I can hambad in full heart and tribal nonsense. Ni anyiringa akabaro support mele fate ate kuma foleji. Dalila folaji. Okay? So mbadi go nata so mbekku bado fola jo koli. Baro yake kiyama notile. Gambia no de pare la monela 2026 election o konti dame nga announce ji. Wada balbe ni problem solve la de. We should not wait for IEC to announce results. This is counting on the spot. Menkata Senegal, results only counting now along Jumala winter. If we should not wait for hours like what happened in 2021. Wallahi opposition on Ningo ke drong in the election of Flipla. So 2026 is going to be a different ball game. We don't care whether Joe Colley is chairman because Joe Colley is implicated by the audit report, not me. When I deal with issues, I deal with issues. I don't deal with personalities. If audit report did not mention his name, I will not even call his name out. So I have a reservation about his appointment, but can I change it? No. Can the opposition make noise about it? Yes. Not noise, whether Barrow will listen to us or not, because Barrow is not ethical. Barrow book ethics value. So on say we said a reservation about Joe Colley. But it's important that ndolnga na cartegol guard na pulling agents wolu inyali yetara lowering the vigilant election on akonde dalamen yake ya announce in a ha mobile de nimbe fail la kote no problem bayte ni alaka communicate le ndede se usel ni alaka communicate but bayte ni alaka communicate le ko UDP will fail e ma for might yalo might ka whole possibly bari man angale ka wona fona moy because will woman is something that you are sure of ite do ngawe ni alaka communicate le nte do ni alaka communicate nte kan fon kala lon all right nte de lola nga ko UDP will win 2026 I want UDP to win in 2026 because they're responsible tale bari yalla itani barobe ma angale ka moy so wala ne ka ko UDP will fail again iti moni ala bu ko communicate ala drone ala be kala sama misilbe dingo fo boka diamo teng misilbe di ubuka fo nyine be kele ka fo la nganji ko so ko nyine be kala but yalla ni ma ngale kaw mo you cannot compete yourself. Anyway, I think I'm making this guy famous. Let me move on. So let's focus on IEC and the oil scandal. Gambia lol ni oil scandal mo kana mo ta chahandi. Fasen sabali manam fo bi jele bam is a call ke no saying ye ila from for la yabo. Doko Babili is coming for 2026. Babili ke mira kula mending Gambia na man killing. Sise. Adol fana men dealing in this false illusion. Ninga APRC program molje ndeysaan. Mbeta nyim folali yen ne kabiri wato kabiri be freedom. Bili Yaya Jammeh ko he considered to the result lot of freedom radio lenko baro Yaya Jammeh will be out. I said it here. Yaya ni concede that the international community will not accept you to stay in power. Akata Liberia, sorry, akata Cote d'Ivoire, wala president fana concede tala after another falling. UN guy ko do fi talk. Ni Jammeh Musa man concede no ha bara concede. Menu vola le Jammeh Musa ke mira cool la men ni Gambia na man kin. Ato le to alfa ne. Jammeh Musa Ghanaian ol ba normale. Pour ka sama kitio. Ngata ngal gini ga mane Jammeh Musa sama equatorial Guinea atol men ka fo Jammeh muna na manta Guinea because ala muso bota Morocco muna na masi Morocco. Can anybody answer that question for me? You ngabara mo ni defa ko bota dameng imantano woto ila muso bota dame kata woto right because ala muso mo Morocco woto ala muso mo equatorial Guinea so mona na Jammeh Musa manta Morocco si se me vite se mako no fasen sabal bismillah ede bara so ko da to yale
kon sino telefon seku
isi no dale so ko dale one sita je one
tetelo la jamba ke nakkan ko la doro wala last time na ta janga program ni ko ka mo le min kila faratu santa yalla on the 26th of this month in July saying I cancel on the 19th July
je 19th
in 19 kantu ani on the 26th keta mandi narim fanay program wala soto UDP be bureau yelo le kala je yo andi la bureau ni koy bato la no koy jaay lela yo say na tara bureau yelo na malemu wo UDP tala be mbayla UDP do la be wala because UDP warata woyenne bi ka fa koy be ngo kala le ni modo tate be wote ke nola UDP be mandi wato ata be tar karado fa daga be tar la jeel yo mari nola ya je baba mandi wato ata be tar karado fa daga be tar la jeel
okay so wo sita la wolo nyin de
école de malo
ay ga école na dole ma mute bara ma lay mute
yo bari ni aje be nyin do baba ila because of biro min kana ele atobe la no goila ste ku ko mu UDP be ku kuma balati
na wo kuma ya dale ha wo manyana kala problem
biro yelo ti bari biro yelo man amu Gambia be UDP di on be Gambia e bantala dum be le ku kuma to wala tin ngal na lumo bay no ko ela ko bunyani horomo kamma wonu ibaje lan tela mo mo fana milika na wala wol fana bebe ma be la wala
be ta no go ela alaba news la so avec la sa ngin jula karotel aussi tala go wotili sayda mala be ni wotem
so ma sibit wa no sibit
la okay so ni momo lafta ma ko ro kala buto comme fatene afo nyamen ala nyin kafo nyin farato kankile ngamla wolon ko di farato santa yalla sorry ila bemo nyin July 19 ande kala mon worolti July karo bala ni nyin bemo men benta biro yelo men be alon ko biro nyin tolan na jata muzo jatol la tala no go jaay so wo mu o be mo ko mata wala na lu nyin fala lafto ko kiba wala fala le yamay na brother men lamin konte ngama ni ñoo moy le mbatentu la ba
ni lamin konte ñoo moy le sieku
yeah
kataba
I am update le so that's fine na fanan tentu la ba ni mo lafta ma ko ro
an kabil lafta wala fala ni han kabil mo semi mo mi gondino banko kuolom mo e ofendu dije ma fa ya dundi banko la kuol
yeah okay Okay. Yeah, ngalong got timi dan still people ni more men after tulol sana mano doli no drinks or fama fen say ma ko no fanan they can always support you kodi. Yeah.
Seu pour kana dron ka kuma do la fat sen na diamo kan. So ko da nyaaw ngalo mo jamal be programme follow kan. Bedan rom la modu kan kaje ko fat sen ya fonyamen musol la ko sana no ko njay to fota damen woyati na te ko akwate keno la musol men be ko no gonjay jambaro men be gambia musol ko no gonjay ni be biro to la wala anin programme ko te manyan na ben
o butala
ala modu na ta fo fanan ko to lula bengo ilaftale pour baw seni taraje min dalilo kanko baw sen kana ta tamol la
bena la tamol so
andu gadu sama kono wato men na samara dibo warta iko itol ba murundi na ko male a week before tay wala soma sibito nyon sibito albesa kalam ta ko mitimba wala be kala farato abe kala farato kabilo men to ka faje ne santa yalla bar wo fanam be kabilo men kono e ka fole nema forest e la football filo men beje pamito tatala aketale ko abe kala rally bale woto dalilo kama ngamol be kumandi momo bijam a foy ba di may ko ngabe farato patili dabe tarajele
inshallah
na chairman babe karaje men keta yankuba daboti talibu ben suda be karaje rohilo fanan ko abe karaje bara nyanta tala tamolla askena ta karaje bari mo jamal be ben naje katun docteur Lamine Cissé la docteur mane nyol be karaje de Amadou Sani nyol be karaje na pati lidala no malanko ya aje yam sek be karaje la ya ndaw ya bo nyolu ñu be la hido di le koy bitajen na kansulo ba men fanam be sanyang boto bojang atele be marali ni nani na député ba KKB ñimbe mo se wabe biala ba kele ngalon ñim fanam be kala record le ka fo mo ali bismillah kana samakam break men be kana samakam ñu be kala la break la ba ala mitil la ba moti woto west coast le kumandiro ke alon ñing mu be ngole ti melon ka kumata men yalon ko yela hido ta ko be mako ro kala momo si no men keno manjuto fenna hanna do ata ko mite nyakoto awartale nin jama ala nyo ka fensin wo dalilo kambe apil kam mole ko UDP ko le be kerinten andum biten to law ma fongola be duri mbake bawo min bila men ka faje farato santa yalla yimbe jamburu ni farato le tem akara kilindo ka fole jamburu sentu akara kilindo ka fo farato santa yalla ñu be nim brikama fanan naneta wala mi nim brikama jalamban naneta ni jambur naneta nim busumbala naneta nim la bu sental di dame alon ko je a important about adama di women do surrounding no is thousands of people bite ngabaro jele abari ndimo akijobo klate fanan be lifu o kabilo le kon mu amadou saneti anin jaga ido kabilo jinno ko la korda be wala sai be minin kanje ba ke ko si nana man sembo soto je brinke ba ma di fanan ma monta jambur ma fo sai because of a bottle ibe minin kan ibe tan la nyinola wolum mo jama bali be wala jele men sawum dana UDP woto alinga tanga sembente akaje ko ka CDA ay kenyal nyina mo kumoti lafta mol be mem moy banko be mem moy kaje ko fara tolem nyen on the 19th of this month wala July 19 abe ben nasibe tola fe fara to santa yalla abe damen wala abe jambur silola kaw fara to kono nida de jita jambur silo kan dron e kasi nadiate tame singola nadiate moto da bar sinata mo fango amantambi e kilometer and half le be ftala ni filba ma dame yalon ko rally be kala to ka faje kabilo e fara to santa yalla e ka fo football filo ni nema forest football field ala baraka
abaraka keba abaraka fashion sabala ala baraka baraka. So mbade ngolu ni momo se blow kafuji. Let's try and support. We have still got 8 days. It's a fat same contact, what I keba contact, then ila have to make kila yaki. So I think it's very important. It's a very important. So saying microphone di mola mel join the sign. Al natanya membal commando El Gagu on the floor.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Seku. Kai be more bal.
Be mo arju mola de wala na more na fodo.
No ba ila jelo kan ni otora la Gambia ga ni situation no be ko de katali jele la fe ke ka fay.
Nga jele barol la yalla fo nga jelala.
No, definitely Seku ke Gambia la ko ka jele no wala. Yo, because ikanyin corruption ni membe fu mol katare ni control ni membe fu la Gambia ding mol be la kodo wakata mol la jifol kono wanyama mol bebe dere ka ko kuma soto Gambia be ni alhalo men kono la ibuka Gambia fa la kol yalo fa ni sama sita baro hayna mol la kodo be fay nyamo kono le silol men de da jiona ta abe wudin fara ikafu ko comme neba ni silo ni mande da nyina wo kodo ni bekata yi zero let abekata zero te bari Gambia jamalon comme Gambia tel mu Gambia mo si falde ti mon men yalla ka ko mu ila kolea abu ke fon tora ya yeter tiri nyin Gambia ko ne bitala maraseto ikabula poto kono ibe yayi kan silo ka ye pare ikatar poto kono ni la moto ikatar poto kono gobe ikatar MPP ikatar masakunda jim celebrate ta ande ite fanga nya bala itulo bala hani nya tala ba ngoli itulo bala kibarol to nyin kodo ketate millions be pare be na kaftani bal dunno kan ibabe gomala yetasi misro kon front line kwete ka alale batu
aja halo wata de Seku so ni na da isela to mondiro la ninte kumulam mo me yale man person soto ne pala so nyindi le nyanta reject la because it's a manola am possible ya barasani Madrid be football pilela Madrid wala nyanta ref nyin tombona jumale be lala wala ka ko ko mu bakela game wolti me ya ka ko mu ref tilinale ande Mr. Dabo nyin bari hold on ngam noise le moy de noise ka bana min dole ya noise la kanale ya Mr. Dabo nyin yamaro di president Barola le ka fa ko ni be ay issue tombon ya jube mo min yalla ka ko komi qualified la ki jojol min yalla ka ko komi retata yo mo sifal tombon ye nati ye ke mo la IECT me yalla ko ma abenala abe silanna alanya hani Cristiano lo me yalla ko mi be silanna alanya yena yetonya sabatindi mol tema because rep molti pilaso ka tonya sabatindi majo nyin kono do nyonte acu chala ka wala ni recommended anytime majo nyin katinyale bari men po wala kala solution o tije opposition te sila pour kasi ka ko comme ndebe a ici le batuna nako damin ganyeta ngafa ha janni ganyeta wata kala ba mbedu nya balale okay abaga Mr. Gago na fighter dama be continue jele abe fola jele fana that's the solution. Thank you so much for your contribution. Let me go to the next person now. Thank you so much El Gago. Sane Balamang. Is it Sane Balamang? Kumbalensi? Yeah, no, thank you very much. And then you have a query in back. Abebedela, inshallah. Yeah. Thank you very much. And then you have a query in back. Abebedela, inshallah. Yeah, well, Sane, go ahead.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Sane ngame ila site ka école de ya fo ngame je no ngame nyanda fundi la yedum ko denge.
I think so.
Yeah. Drop and go out again. It's coming.
Hello, you come with?
Yeah, be more gonna say yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
I
stopped telling. I stopped telling.
Laptop, so I've moved it to the handset.
Okay.
Yeah, so I left the Doronka a few words lining IEC Matakon and the IEC Anyanta Kamobe Sila. I don't know me alone the UDP. In Kamala, IEC Tombon Tanyami for just to let you know. Amanke go always no break a cool break around, but sometimes mini alonko just for the benefit of mini alonko now thank you understand back. I see la tombon yeah through the 1997 constitutional and by until 2020 you have to take the president to tombon that we are long la palaso returning to IC chairman or mostly at what a possible no. So, and on the other hand, neither a president or the right sort of Kuka or IEC's chairman or Tombo. All of them are from a little block on a tender wide and a little bossy low. So, obviously, of an amount of work can do it. And that's from the 1997 Constitution. The law 2020 means more real the People's Constitution, you must mean return. No, absolutely put that aside. So we're not in favor. But even with the 1997 Constitution, it was subjected on the fact that a president went to consultation with the Judicial Service Commission and Civil Service Commissions. That was our advice, basically to vet the person along Coalition and Impala for that. I think, of course, another at the phone of more level because Hassan Jallo, Chief Justice, of course. One of the judicial service, obviously, what at a counter attacker, at a common and for the one. So I do have a in time. They are in the sense for basically available quality. So on the record for beginning along credibility thing in the matter.
Credibility is in doubt.
It is absolutely questionable for the fact that the auditors report all in front of it. I told economic, I don't go in a million a nuclear water. Why do we not the auditors will be finding scholar? Because we mean IEC chairman, IEC own personal account or staff full. They don't go million. It can better at the same time with the 2021 election, the chairman on the councillor election on basically all the three election on mini happened you could can be personal accounts on the ranging from 600,000 to 1 million and so forth.
Yeah.
When the inquiry started, police started working on it, and all of a sudden they said they got message from the top. A question of who and when Nana forward. And then whole Hanikabi will a wallen at a Mola IC Jama.
Ajahalo water.
Because Nim Baro FM and for Nimbo will like.
Of course.
Manda often and Natago, and ye IC chairman of an community name for local someone that election, who you book at a politician, Bokata, a president only. What a bank could do my Laman. So I do the labs we were talking about just last week, staff I do matter. It's all because of less of don't care basically to uphold policy and procedure because of course trespass when Katadula authorities of the authorization dealer may certify to be part of those polling agents or members that should be within the premises of IEC. I don't, because it's the same team that we are having. So until we go and can make sure we have enough people on the ground, polling agent that are any members to ensure that on the spot counting and among them is anywhere. I don't need a polling station in sorry?
No. Sammy, can you mute, please?
The temperature.
Okay, I'm letting out drop. It looks like I'm alum from Gasoleta.
So nimi ya kala mutafana ko police agent dole to gelling and it's not a polluted to kuti je wona mo ko je na man ke one entity. You need to report it as soon as possible because that's the ones that we will have to tackle.
No, we have to be extremely vigilant in 2026.
Absolutely.
Because the stakes are pretty much against us. I don't trust this guy. I don't think he'll be impartial.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because
Borough must go, and I had very revealing and very troubling information relating to at an Imbaro Takadulago. You know, basically, you promise they get towards each other not to fail them.
Wow.
Themselves, which is ridiculous.
Wow.
It's very, 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 very concerning to any Gambian. You're talking about the oil. Oil will carry.
But it you can go barobe kukela nyingoro.
Trust me. Otherwise, I give it from Minkita. The moment this information came out, the same Samola, the same Sanyang Mampunti Kako, if you kata Gabone, kata ID card that.
Yeah.
If the honey can be one silly man, you will resign. I think the Gambians are going upon immigration is
no, Ninda resign.
I'm and for not get us that this guy was a previous IGP of Gambia. We can fraudulent activity of this nature from the data we shouldn't be out in the public to talk to anyone. But unfortunately, between Gambian and the Gambian, they might get the president became a surprise because sign election of our can be trying to fix things so that they look.
Yala the cabinet reshuffle killer, but remember now, Marke, Hani sign. Baro is always Baro na petition like Mira atebe sila in London. So na model na la vice president Bondi, I model ke je what's kamva. So because he is contemplating of leaving everything until after the 2026.
And also the popularities and everything. Again, I'm not a more company in the sense that for a party split Kenya. Thinking quite mathematically which is seemingly favoring him, but it's not favoring Gambians. You know, so you come new oil for
but it's an new oil ko akakachaba ke online done.
New oil saga, I think Baromo's go has dwelled on it quite
no, we all they will always
quite significantly. But new other areas were different on the sign because of work and any event postings. Mukataraji in the day. But only perhaps like evening time or new filter, then I can come
okay.
But other than that, new platform will not pull because you are back again. But the Pachaku and Impambas will be on. Sometimes I do get it.
Okay.
Yeah. But I knew water for the fact that near Kuros uniform, new oil matani. I beko Gambia won't look at a rubbish centrality, me along Konino, yellow fraudulent activities of Dawda, Gambia, one Yenaya, don't company sabality. We are banned because of activities in by United States. I think they were fueling or helping the Ukraine war. Russia with the Ukraine, so not ban. So what did they do? They improved oil, it has some banana to Greece, and Gambia is used as a tool to sort of legitimize the business that they're doing. And then they use us. So in almost 36,000 tons now in the of the Gambia. It's extremely sad, very sad. I don't want to in the registration of phone in Lua because the company registered, you have to follow certain procedural effects. And with poor form of Kalamata, they haven't even been given license. So in effect, they were operating unlawfully.
Allegedly, I go far to Barbaro Fanandabi Jelede.
Yeah, no, for the but I think in a record solo, what is called Mustafa Dabo in a record or law for Nigeria can have had the other people, most people, many are going to Yaku Kalamuta, Equa Dabi government we see the doku bale beka. But gala be update la on gala kati ba ko ko moyji.
Man fe moy gala de muna be kerinji.
Na company kind of boys all. So right now in a to a green gala movement or change it to a movement.
Okay.
And they've decided to register it.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Unfortunately, the registrar of the Gambia for Mrs. Gomez Tolemba, I have no idea, Marie Gomez Lemba, rejected it verbally.
Okay.
Which because
on what grounds? Rejected it on what grounds?
Well, they said they were just rejected. The reasons were mentioned to them, and they have not been officially written to as well.
Okay.
So which shouldn't happen because a company that nature, if you're a registrar and you're denying people, you have to give explanations on the reasons why. The only thing they were told verbally was that the name Gambia as a name cannot be used to register.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So William, the controversial part of it, and they well, from what I've read on the group chat, which has become more active within the last 14 hours.
How about the political party also the Gambia People's Party?
Exactly. This is a good one.
Yeah.
The Gambian Association.
The Gambia Democratic Congress. No. GDC Gambia Democratic Congress got Gambia on it.
Yeah, every one of them, Gambia Society, but
yeah, so our argument doesn't hold water.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And again, even registration or refusal is whether it has been existent before or it violates certain or it's discrimination.
It is still a name. I love a pressure group like Gambia wrong.
But the Gambia be developed. The boys are quite intelligent. They know what they're doing. They're very smart. They're very confident. I have absolute hope that they'll work this out. They're just going to be facing a lot of trouble.
No, because bringing assets code that no, Galafon in as a group is okay. I'm just talking about the pundits online. Mele alongo yendiamo start sai bugabu diamo for back. You don't talk about it.
Since Tata Jana Atondi to Parliament, it became a dead end. And what they also did was, which were one of the admins, they sort of sectioned it so that admin only would talk on the chat.
Okay.
That made me quite dormant, and nobody was actually saying anything. And I think they've now opened it to others to sort of comment on it.
Okay, so interesting. Thank you, Sane. Thank you for your contribution. Abaraka. Ngata Fatu Wale, then I'll come to Aji mom amot yakanti bo yo yang America fufu goody wood fa. So Ami Fatu, Bismillah.
Sorry. Assalamu alaikum. Albedi.
Enembara benyadi.
Memo ko nyata drone coming kakuya panyame. Yalong ko nying kending me ya natateng. Adama baru prudong osuduku kanya me aizi. Sa tonte la bulu Gambia drong na katanya men 45 sita. Ba fula jang alingata men singa sa futan dije. Ni ala sonta ala mambe ni sila mambe kende yaring. Pare muli nanang ya excuse di ka vantala no watu na patajana. Andita mari yalong ko ya isa plan no la ahead alla de marotu. Jata kende abe kering isi ija ni obe bal. Isa futa no Gambia. Puisa Gambia isa bondi no nyame. Komi sana ya nyame. Mbe tari latu ngatari na kate fai sansangolto. Kana chamfa jela. Count ni on spot. Anu mumundi nga long ko coming ko ye hotel ol tameli ye hotel ol tameli lal tam restaurant for whatever coming chief nyole sa tol kono ngalong kon so bita men lamri yalong ko mak Gambia dingal ka te de no ita kala mumu not yajan ni diam ko rombalu nal ko mak Gambia not and ni better ram harangoto je ita hani la lafan ni aje ina je mentara faani da fata falo da molla kate san rangonyin amari hani talawot amari abani la wafika katun Gambia nyin 2026 komi Italia fo nyamen dem basabali ko abi yelo lo ponna del fanan Gambia dingol do or die lam nga balu o nga fa bari nga make so ko adama baro akana sini banko kan kotek Arama barola siyo nyim banko kan. Umu Gambia bela masi bolete. Hani men mawulu follow fan. Alinga kata please na banko bondi meli ala ko be Gambia sa inteng. Also ngi jiko ko ranin council ye Mexico. Yela ID kato soto carte kato ya ta ya nyini. Mama carte kato wi ke charge yo. But sai na ta du ko sirin ni ka fantel data political ila banko na dunda arama baro bulo kono kotake. Ni ala somt Gambia a wallahi membe kala mon la ta bete ala fan.
Ala man tangala wala. Awan tangala paraga.
Alinga fata kiami jang lungulung te bimba do ko lala bi ngamo meli yalon ko buka diamu ibe diam le ko ha o tumol ara baro ni membe je telindiro ibe kumo fayla ka fo ko to nyola telinna o be nyo fenkela sain baratara mo me yalon ko ma expect fo be diamu la ibe UDP ke ta ibe UDP du gangot ya understand ina kumol kono gente I couldn't just believe in design cambianol ndemala ni fondi kol fo ila te fanna la bang fu arama barolo dugule mul muta bang
ebe diam gam minto le Gambia fo ebe diam gam Gambia le fo ika diam minto le
ebe diam kan num bambas fa ba platform on to la fang niti bitli bulo ara to ba ndo ko platform ndina ko no do wata
ebe mo ne fo kan nunje
iba fu kay ko to mo ni aje e nyin falling member na carte fay kuntiyo ñu nga ding kew fangal ba diam kande
okay ngalo lebe platform men ya
ako ni ajo tumo ni aje be fenkela tumo bana mentari tel la febo ye sama fali wato men tumo lam adunda bata jana arabaro bita ba diam la jana itelle arabaro ni aje arabaro olom ni ko indirectly arabaro la ñi manya be anun Gambia sa man constitutional because UDP la responsible to
bari alam bambas fanan defan bambas man ba bi jelen defan nga caution ne platform dol bi anyanta yalon fatu wali yalon mo sonda nyanta fon korosi la because ni ñunu jibe fon to be honest ajibe ñunu atol natul be platform to foyte ka ñunu jele ka sala jeba
ibu kana je
so if I mo nyante fon self respect di le fon le fon bunya ya on sane because you know ndolba ke kanen open le but it all la fi openness la wala na because they have so much reservation about United Democratic Party nim bambas be live fonata misal fi bambas kuma fo la koto me alon ko il a final clarification but pour join bambas live in open discussion so they ke fon si awtile ya on zane so ndol fana na mo le nyantam fon cross la ngaji be sala platform mento ya on zane e ko moy ma warambo si bare ko ton do si le I understand. So near come over the platform, tell a life your counter. That's the best thing. Because ni be dengala you know platform dol bije ika operate like formal ko ito but you know they have a dog in the fight. You understand? Hadamadingo you have to be smart. You have to be more psychological and wrong. You can separate the wheat from the chaff. You understand it? But it gave all for the motina la foko ha and tebe inside kala. It be all kala ko to neutral. It be more ko be kala. But ya ni more actions speak louder than words. Exactly. It a platform kini wajala wati to ka to dabo. Dibe diam la halifa la kola is always positive. Positive. So what more sense la make? Ndolle nyantam fongolu jibe la nga jibe, you know, it's Gambia situation is very, very sad because we should all be open-minded. But it will give fongol jeleko, okay, Malaya UDP put in a box. UDP ko kay malong what's the problem? So ite mari la nyante fongol koros la ya jibe. Ye fong koros. Haramadi mo denga wara set sa bopa, hol sa bopa. So dohin bi, you know. So but anyway, momo freedom so le ni momo lafta da dami ta ji dal. So nte se usedeli. Sa ngan tadu la lo ni platform to bi da dami. Yeah. Okay, Fatu Wale, thank you. Okay.
Na fenke da fana neta ringa kumol man fiye man sutu bari kumol me ya lon ko in fangal ya lon ka man sutu bari setu diam la je ya tempendi fay bete you know adu ya lan Gambia no mutu klingalat alinga kata dengan na banko bonde nte kay Gambia kay ala ku kam bala fa pankela
yeah
ala baraka ba thank you
baraka Fatu. So yes, Aji bismillah.
Assalamualaikum Sehu na nga def
santa yalla way sa turandor bi tay waxtaan ak mom sa du sa turandor bi sa wasi andor bi wa tay dem because dama jaxal ci mbiram I checked on her today And yeah, thankfully she's fine. She's all right because you bari ñoma la ci mbiram. She's fine. So dafa wone sa dina ñëw ci suma ñëwaatee lay wax xëy na dafa nekk liggéey kay. Waaw. Fat Njie is fine. Ma wax guys supporters am yi she's fine.
Wow, that's nice. Nga nuyul mako.
Waaye nako dégg.
Seewu gis nga man Gambia mbiram léegi-léegi dama dee bëgg a jaxasoo. Xam nga lu ma bëgg a jaxase mooy. Opposition bi Seewu. Why don't they be like Ousmane Sonko or Baba bim yongé nim daan acté? So demee si Baba video sami yaaga yi nim daan attaqué Yaya Jammeh.
Yes.
Am na benn meeting boo xam ne mu ngi ko defee woon Figueral.
Yeah.
maa ngi fi daan da xam nga kanama ko mën a senaat sax moom moo ñoom Uncle Tayru John. Uncle Tayru gaañu na bu yaaga. ñoom Kunda Camara di leet Kunda Camara ñooñu noonu. ñooñu ñu ngi nekk Yaya Jammeh soriwu leen. Baba mu ngi jël di wax Yaya Jammeh loo xamante ne. looy saagut ko de waaye lim ko wax ñëpp Yaya Jammeh mun na koo dégg te mënul na ko dem arrêté ko.
waaw
li ma wax may sëgëm kooku jamono bi nga xamante ne fa la war a jànkuwante Yaya Jammeh mu ko doon def. yeneen opposition yi fan lañ nekka Mama Kandeh interview am bu ma déglu li moo wax waxi njuuj njaaj la. su fekkee ne Adama Barrow daf ma oo te nga xamante ne man du suma interest ci dëkk bi la Adama Barrow ban interest ci dëkk bi la amee. xam nga nit ki Gambien si dañ fa ne ñun ay dof lañ. wala ñun dañ tooy wala dañ ñoradi. ci kenn ñoradi wu dañ tooyu fi. gis nga boo tukkee sa bopp bi daf day gën a ibbeeku nga xam addina. waaye yow soo toogee ñu interview la. yow waxuloo ne suma Ousseynou Dabo ooyee. nga ne waxuloo ne sax suma Barrow ooyee du ma dem waaye suma Ousseynou ooyee dinaa dem. waaye li nga wax mooy suma ooyee ma xam ne interest réew mi la koo xam ne amul benn interest réew mi si xolam bi lu muy yaaxa réew mi Adama Barrow lan la mën a oo Mama Kandeh pour ofa pour gars yi defar réew mi.
waaye ndax explain na because man dama commencé di déglu programme bi after I switch off waaye ndax explain na ndax moom lan la waxtaan ak Barrow fan lañ toll ndax duggoon si wax.
am nga loolu yow waxu ko moo tax ma ne junja leen na borom xel dafa ñëw junja ne suma ooyee dem doon interest réew mi ñun laajuñ ko interest réew mi wala ñàkk interest réew mi Adama Barrow fi mu nekk ku ko dem join ni da nga sacrifice Gambia loolu lañ moo wax.
waay fan sorry aji am na lu wax benn wax so loolu dafa implicate boppam mu ne moom support third term for anybody koo xam ne da nga dem third term so Adama is going for third term so léegi Mama Kandeh is indirectly saying ne moom du agree with Barrow's third term because loolu la wax si interview boobu noonu.
waaw léegi see jóge nañ si affaire yi Mama Kandeh because man Gambian opposition yi bu dul Ousseynou Dabo Baba muy Halifa Sallah muy Sidia Jatta ñooñu ñooy wax seen wax sama tëdda nelaw waaye ñeneen lu ñu wax damaa xool ni suma bëti parce que at least kilifa yooyu noonu respect nañ seen boppa bi alal yóbbuwaale wuñ leen de loolu dëgg la ak luñ amul nguur ñu ngi toog ci
waaw mandu si seen waaw depuis 1987
waaye man IEC biñ jël def ko seexu Gambian si liñ war a waxuñ ko de gis nga ñun ñu ngi toog di wax ba bugg a bolox before 2026 waaye ñun bala ñoo hippeeku bay eewu bay nelaw waaw fekk Adama Barrow def na li moo def ba pare yow jokkoli bi nga xamante ne yow xaalis mu ngi dugg si account am loolu leer a gut gis nga bés buñ ko taabee ne ko yow yaay àtte suñ toogu bi gën a seet si Gambia si la opposition yi waroon a génn a
exactly loolu laa doon wax fii
dem ba si parlement bi ne loolu du fi am jaral nañu suñ
youth si sax du opposition ne youth si Gambia dañu war a def protest
no Seexu this time I'm not telling the youth anything Seexu gis nañ ñi suñ winee ñoom ñooy dem toog ñu noos so I'm not going into that palace pour ma dem may lekka dooma daal di lekka yàppa di tëdda di eew may man nag su baaba winee man damaa dem sëyi
why Aji let's be serious here you're so opposition maybe you're only talking of UDP and PDOIS
no Seexu xam nga so many opposition yu ndaw yi yëpp boole naa leen si te diñu ne ñoom seen parti yi ñu amee xaw ma parti tour la xaw ma parti xaw ma lan la ñoom ñëpp nañ génn parce que ñoom ñoo soxla réew mi Seexu gis nga lu toll ni président boo ko soxlee danga ko wane ne lii man
waaye aji I agree with you loolu moo am waaye ñone ñi dañ bugg a dugg si paale waaye bugguñoo am any tolof on the way they don't want to be like Ousmane Sonko then got them mile to or anything so they want to have an easy ride so ñooñu they will not
na ñoom ñëpp ñu jóg dem ne jokkoli mi yow ki nga xamante ne soo ko xoolee sax Seewu soo ko xoolee sax kii fitut pour mu amee position yenn position yi Gambia mu amee nag li nga xam ne moo gën a fort gis nga election night moom moo gën a fort sa président bi yow election night kooku moo gën a fort président bi kooku may determine ñun suñ góor si waaye ñun defuñ ko de ñu xool ku nga xamante ne accountam bi dafa am njuuj njaaj ñu bàyyi kooku noonu léegi yéen loo leen di campagne am just asking the opposition lan ngeen di campagne jaratul ngeen campagne paak leen seen basang ak seen dugos ngeen dem toog ngeen xam ne kii fam dama Adama Barrow ak kam àndaloon ak waat giñ ko waat kii pare na pour jaay Adama Barrow match bi ba pare lan moo ndeyi baayam yéen ngeen di seetaan depuis bi ngeen jëlee nguur gi si Yaya Jammeh dëgg bi dañ ko watte ñu deede bi ngeen jëlee nguur gi si Yaya Jammeh lu waaju bon yëpp ceeñu leen ko because IEC chairman président waru koo pick da loolu fiyaawut dafa mel ni man ne tey man aji man maay buggal lii waaye man maay tànn ki koo joxe loolu is not fiya nañ leen ñu waxante dëgga naka la président di tuusi IEC chairman kooku dafa nekk ku nga xamante dafa jénga loolu may dëgga bi kooku dafa jénga bu nekkul ku ragal yàlla dëggantaan kooku dafa jénga
I agree with you. All these laws should have been amended. Bu UDP, bu ñu amoon 31 MPs in National Assembly.
Okay. Man sa seewu man am na doy ba xam nga waxtee na borom xel. They should do that waaye xaw ma tam mënuñ ko wan a def. léegi nag ñëw nañ ba si cappaandaw la fi mu nekk nii gis nañ ne indil nañ ñu koo xam ne sàcckat la jël na suñu xaalis dugal ko si account am nañ génn si mbedd yi ñu ne nii duñ ko fa seewu because of li ñoo campagne ñi dafa dem in vain. man foofu lay waxee. nit ñi dañoo soona ñu dem ñu taacoo feccoo ñu dem ñu.
jokkale de appointment am de daal man bu ma ko dégg loolu sax mënuma wax sax koo xam ne is implicated in the audit living bi nga dee kooku noonu ci amaan. Ethically is not right. Ethically is not right. Morally is wrong. Why Barrow moo faale wut affaire ethics?
No, Seewu. Why don't you Seewu xam nga lu yow lan lañ ñun ñi nga xamante ne opposition bi lan lañ gis suñu leader si su passé Baba li mu war a def na ko. that man mu ngi mag. léegi su Baba defu ñeneen ñi dañoo xaar ba mu génn mu def xanaa. they gonna base everything on him. ne kii moom moo war a def li ñu topp si gannaawam.
non ñoom dañoo xaar ne UDP organise protest. ñoom doon la ñu organise de ba pare suñu demee loolu ñu ne UDP dañ bëgg a def fitna ñoom duñ def anything ñoom dañoo try to be diplomatic this civilized politics armchair politicians la ñeneen ñi armchair politicians la soo leen oowee rek.
this is very serious.
Yes.
ba pare ma toog suma computer bi maa ngi bindal looloo bindal. What are you writing? Dafa am time bu nga xamante ne da ngaa soosa daala yi nga taxaw ko dem dëgër. You go out to the street. nga won góor bi ne ko góor nga ñun góor la ngeen defante ko dem sap why not man.
I agree. Gis nga jokkoli affaire am bi dafa war a indi so much uproar in Gambia. war naa ko fii si programme bi dafa war a indi lot of uproar with the opposition. jar na sax ñu organize press conference waaye lu tuuti fii rek you see opposition si the press conference attack UDP. Okay? Dañ def press conference attack UDP. Yeah.
léegi man dama gis ne yéen seen supporters si ngeen bëgg wala ñun ñu wax de boolox man nag parewuma boolox bila 2026 parce que boolox faj ko dafa métti. yoon su fekkee ne ñun wi ak talking di wax rek yéen tamit ngeen jóg ngeen ne lii du fi amee. because of kii su demee mu wax élection bi duñ win loolu may digga bi xam leen ko tey mu leer leen ping yéen mi noppi yëpp muy Essa Faal muy Mama Kandeh muy UDP muy beneen parti yéen mi noppi yëpp seen boppa ngeen koo def parce que kii billaay walay talay moo Adama Barrow fañ ànda ak fañ waatee ak ka ko fekkee ak lañ diggante mu fa tege te soo leen fogee ne yéen toog rek binda seen binda yi ak seen wax yi moo leen di jot 2026 you guys are joking billaay walay talay da ngeen di caaxaan dem leen ngeen tëddi nelaw de waaye su dee kii mooy àtte seen élection bii bina wax naa leen ko tey man dama wax ci bu man dama mer fi nekk ni parce que jokkoli mo watta àtte suñu élection
waaw aji one thing is jokkoli sa su dëkk bi pare mënut a sàcc election we have to be ready
c'est waa ma fan lañ ko sàccee registration bi
waay xam nga jokkoli fan la mun a aji xaaral ma dimbale la xam nga léegi registration so the supplementary registration moo war am supplementary the main registration is every 10 years loolu passé na so the supplementary registration mooy ñoom xale ñoo xam ne léegi àgg nañ 18 and probably ñoo xam ne dañ send voters cards, you have a problem. So that's going to be a very minute percentage of that. Lolo do neka lu bari. Lu neka system already is there, so they cannot fiddle with that much. Okay, supplementary election, don't wanna add 500,000 to supplementary election. That doesn't make sense. You're not gonna add that.
No, see who?
You
How
can't.
many last time the turnout was very high.
Yeah.
Then you come the link and the so legi don nañ di dem ay Congo ay yenen dëkk yi di register so xale yooyu la ñoo jël rek register leen indi leen fa
man affaire Congo bi affaire this Congo I have other thinking about it because somebody's in Gabon. Will you be able to transport 100,000 people from Gabon to come fly
yes,
air?
Adam can do it.
I seriously doubt.
Yaral nako 1 month before election or 2 months before election.
No, Aji, hangalanani, ñun xana ñun nangu ko 100,000 people duga si by land or by airport. Lolu dafa indi a lot of attention. We shouldn't agree with that. Why would Gambians sit down you duga airport because ñun for ñu ak airplane wala ñu jaar to Senegal. So lolu do neka I few hundred people I can understand but hundreds of thousands Aji. Come on. Gambians xana ñu dañoo nelaw. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I think if we are ready as Gambians, we safeguard our votes. Like Hanga last time, what I was so frustrated with when we waited for IEC to be announcing the results, that's the nonsense that we should not accept, Aji. This is counting on the spot. Let's declare, like, just not the last mayoral election, people declared even before IEC announced. We should do the same thing in 2026. Full contract, we tabulate our figures. While last time, Alajim Aluma Wanjare took 4-5 hours. We're not going to wait for nobody. We will be announcing the results. Okay, if Barrow win based on our announcements, fine. We will accept it.
The only thing we can do is this is not swing for swing alkali video hex and Katie.
Yeah. Exactly.
You people I want to monitor they want to monitor election be mel comme lu jaral borom jaral ni ko ñun
lolu d'accord na si yow si lolu
nañ leen dem suñu village
Aji ba yow sa da nga nek on the ground 2026
man ci man dama ñew de
inshallah because 2021 demulo 2021 da nga demone
no 2021 dama won fi la nekkon di campaign
okay ñu paré dal ñun yépp ñu dem 2026 inshallah
I'm going while li ma wax moy ci village
Aji fu yow fa nga campaign Banjul
man xam nga man paka ñaari man ma ngi Banjul bala ngara fu nekk lay campaign
okay
Banjul la judo
okay
guys mo ko wa bala ñaar
okay
dama leen di wax moy ségu ku nekk sa village réunion xam nga ñu fi judo ak ku fi judo
Aji yow sa dañ la wara defal pooling agent because yow xam naa ne yow suñu la defee pooling agent
ségu man fu ma nekk pooling agent pare leen
Aliou Mamadou Aliou Ndiaye sa jarbaat mi sax it ñu def ko pooling agent waaye moom dafa suñ ko defee pooling agent dafa change suñu result
da koy change bu dee baba la de
da ko change xam nga moom mu ngi nii di dugal suma live te gars yi ñu ne ko xamal lan la moo ut si UDP platform ñu ne moom moo indi dugal implicate boppam keroog loolu la wax
non man déglu naa ko mu ngi wax suma mbokk bi suma maaw la moo ko liggéey laa ko war a wax li ma wax mooy Seehu moom ndeysaan lim foog moo amut gis nga ñun papaam bi mu ootee li nga xamante ne was right ñun UDP
we praise him yeah
ñun UDP yëpp a kontaan waaye dafa dem ba si biir Adama Barrow dugal njuuj njaay te tam su njuuj njaay bu waree am si dara foog nga duut pa sa baaraam nga wax ko waaye nag paa bi kenn du mun a bañ a wax lu baax lu mu defoon ndax du
yeah non man keroog si programme bi sax wax naa ko si kanamam fii ma ne ko he took the bullet he accepted he almost yaa jame def ko threaten pour mu change result nangu wax naa ko fii yeah
tey moom bu mu accept ne foog ne ñun dañ noonoo paa bi wala leneen déedéet parce que lu mu bon paa bi def na dara lu nga xamante ne tey defal na
non man suma problème bi sax man aji doguma la sax yàlla bu man I have never said ne paa bi man si suma xelaat I'm speaking for myself de woo ma ñeneen ñi UDP members de because people have different ideas. I personally don't think Aliou Momar Njie manipulated the results. I think there were other actors in ñoo xam ne because moom dañ ko dee jox information bi rek mu read ko understand nga I personally don't think he was complicit to that man, I think, but the people that he work with, I mean, Halis Dugas in private accounts, he might Joe Coley. Wow, gis nga Joe Coley, me mo xamne implicate na si audit report bi. ñoo allegedly ñom ñoo def le film bi. So man loolu la bëgg why the only thing that I don't exactly is that from frying pan to fire. Ñun legi dañ dugg ci from frying pan to fire. Ñu ngi complain Alaaji Momol ne li ki mo gëna bi mo gëna bon because ki mom dafa implicate ci audit report bi ba pare. Ba pare def day gaaw a mer.
su fekkee ne beneen nguur ñëw na yàlla ñaan nañ leen soo leen dee dem saani di karta président bi bu ko IEC chairman bi bunge lan la IEC chairman bi bunge président mel ni xale bu ndaw bu xamul box bu moo saani di karta loolu is not right nekkul lu normal yow candidate yëpp nga war a bunge parce que
Aliou Ndiaye bu duggaati si office IEC de bu fa demaati boobu kay stop ko bu fa demaati boobu moom duma si d'accord ak yow because xam naa ne ñeneen ñi ñu ngi laa jox pass ne you haven't done anything. You man, I'm your brother. What you did was unethical. Wana coffee. Because you are talking about the law. Gambia mom, they focus, oh, this is not the law, this is not the law. Wana coffee. Ligay kai fi, alum, yo ligay nga fi. Jekara jabar aji, solem boka si department, do they move kena, right? While Lola is not in your law employment contract, you cannot work together as lovers in one unit. But it's ethics. It's ethics. It's ethic. What you did was unethical. Damala advice. Bull dega yenen platform yo hamne ñoo dañ la wone xamal loy ut ci UTP platform fi lañ la wax dega ñooñu they will massage your ego ñun fi duñ massage your ego dañ la wax dega ji continuer
non mom sax di nga gis dafa duga platform bu nekk
non moom fu nekk la dee dem xam naa moom fu nekk la
te nit ñi war nañ ko mëna nangu loolu parce que xam nga ñun ñëpp Gambien ñun ñëpp benn lañ waaye li ma wax mooy moom bu mu gis boppam léegi suñu dalee papaam parce que position bu mu amee la tey man baaba dañ ko ne dal mu metti ma waaye dama xam ne am na loo xamante ne moom moo ko yore dañ ne ku olof naa nee na ku boot bukki xaj boola man maa ngi ne tey léegi ma maame yaa paa bi te tey man tey paa boobu noonu dama bokk ak moom direct waaye damaa wax li nga xamante ne mooy dëgg bi Ousseynou nag suñ ko waxee loo xamante ne dañ ko sosal si laa dee mer waaye suñ ko waxee luy dëgga man boobaa duma dee mer dama dee wane dëgg baa xaba mistake na fii
waaw
loolu mooy nit
soo ko bugga sax loolu nga acté waaye du lu nekk lu ñu wax si nit ki rek yow
man li ma wax mooy ma bàyyi leen
waaw jërëjëf aji
jërëjëf yàlla def jàmm Gambia yàlla sàmm ñu yàlla aar
amiin yaa rabbi jërëjëf waay thank you aji Pa thank you for your patience Pa
wow bro na nga def
santa yàlla na nga def
maa ngi rek yang ma xamee I was your senior newsreader Pa
oh really you were my senior newsreader
man mala senior one
okay
yeah Dudu Boy you remember that name
yeah I remember Dudu Boy yes
yeah manako kerak manako I'm an independent now but right now I'm more leaning to Sobaya actually but dama de duga sa platform man from last time last bu nga amone Mamadou Aliou Ndiaye
okay
I recommend I applaud you for your patience and I don't know but Gambian politics bro dal man commitment bu nga am nonu boy dama la recommend dama la lifin dal I really applaud you that commitment because you're dealing with a society politics is not based on reasons agenda or benefit the nation so more in the problem I think that the lack of civic education more in the problem
you're right
because you differentiate what's right and what's wrong what's ethical what's
ethical. They don't
so sometimes you find yourself in a place that you are very patient
no we have to when you're in politics more for patience my brother so you're also in politics now right they're not doing
not really man I was one time UDP because of Lamin Kamara Lamin was my classmate recently he was here he spent the night here with me but he was my classmate. I don't know whether you remember that.
Yeah, I remember Lamin.
But I don't know, man. Because
so now you were one day UDP and now you switch to Sobea. Why? What's the reason?
UDP has all the agenda, Gambia, the mission and everything. Then I'm on mission statement.
Yeah.
They have all the points that will move Gambia ahead.
Yeah.
Man, when I checked that the last time, even before the last elections.
Yeah.
Man, that's when I look at the manifesto and all those things. Man, if they come that. So I'm on Gambia, they will take it forward. But man, I don't want to go back to what I've observed, picking Barrow, bringing him over there, in all those problems.
Yeah.
But who did it? It's we the Gambians. Hijack that coalition is Gambia. It's we the Gambians because that's how we are. Because we check it since Jammeh, how Jammeh became a dictator.
Yeah.
Who did it?
Yeah.
It's us. Even after the coalition.
Yeah.
Why should those people that were part of Jammeh be, serving in the government? Why?
Yeah.
Man, no more living. Man, the root cause of the problems of the Gambia, these are the root causes. If we don't handle these situations, hunger. How can all these people whose their hands are in blood? They get blood in their hands. They're corrupt. They shouldn't be serving in any government period. I hate to name names, just like that young guy, I don't know, Sabali, when he came back, after what he said about the other tribes and whatnot, Mukumba, UDP, open-handed welcoming. Look at what he's doing. This is immaturity and lack of, I don't understand. But I wish I'm on a lot of civic education. So Senegal,
but that's not peculiar to Sabali. There's not a lot of people who do that, like the guys Sidin Jai, who said Barrow would not be sworn in Gambia. And now
even Dr. So-called Ismail Assise.
Yeah, Ismail Assise. So they have you see, it's all lack of principle, my brother. Gambians see a lot of people.
That's right.
Principle. So but at the end of the day, let's all join hands. I know you said you're part of Sobia, but you're still part of the opposition. So UDP will do our thing, you guys do your thing, and then together probably we can. But at the minute there is lack of cohesiveness within the opposition.
Well, look, of course, the lack of civic education lies the more the point. People don't understand lack of civic because it's a support that you doing on something that's too personal, has nothing to do with Gambia. Right now, we need strong institutions. That's the problem. Just like talking about that guy, that Collie. It doesn't matter Collie be there. If the institutions are strong, nobody can cheat the elections.
Yeah, but furthermore, did not disagree with your duty. You cannot put somebody settled to lead an institution. Do you think that will happen in the West?
No, because probably the way they select in the West, it deals with a lot of, there has to be some kind of requirements, a criteria of selecting somebody to do a job.
Yeah.
It's always anyway. In the office, in any place you select people, give a job to someone, there has to be a criteria giving a job to somebody. And cleanliness is one of the things. Integrity. Is one of the qualifications. So that's Gambia. That's how they select people.
So what is your forecast for 2026?
2026, I feel I know Gambians see if the elections is fair, Barrow shouldn't win because there are a lot of resentments among the masses. Because all the even don't demolish the people.
Oh, that demolition, yeah.
Without no plans, no program, it wasn't made. There was no communication. It wasn't coordinated well. People were abused. Corruption.
So do you think we will likely have a 3-horse race?
Yeah, it's already a 3-horse. It's 2-horse race right now.
Or is it a 2-horse race right now?
It's 2-horse race.
Between who and who?
I'm not sure, but we've got a long way to go. But you look at UDP has always.
So you think it's between UDP and NPP?
Yeah, UDP has been the major party. All these other parties, if they sit down and work and let Barrow and UDP.
But right now, I heard from the grapevines that.
We're doing something.
No, you know why my brother, we're just having a general discussion. Why I think possibly we could have a 3-horse race, because imagine if we can have in a situation where having UDP all the positions in one box is not possible. It couldn't happen. UDP on its own, and then maybe Sobea Doi having their own coalition with another party. They stand there, because if they come together, they also get the strength together. You know what I mean? Doi, PDIs come together. So with Barrow, so we can have a 3-horse race. That's what that's my prediction.
That would favor UDP too. Let me tell you that. If Sobea and Doi do a coalition, it favors UDP. I'm telling you that.
Why? Why?
Oranges and apples, oil and water getting mixed. We're going to pull out, because you look at the pie now. Most of these people in NPP are from what? Majority of people are from UDP. Majority of people from NPP are from UDP.
Yeah.
You see. And Sobaya and Doi having a coalition will get some supporters from NPP. They will take some people from them. They will take a lot of people from them. UDP militants, they're going to remain UDP.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard to take the hardcore UDP supporters. That's going to be very hard.
I see that.
Yeah.
I could tell you that. You know it. But I'm telling you, I'm going to lose some. Just like you say, I agree with you. You're going to be a 3-horse race if they have a coalition.
Yeah.
I'm watching it, and hopefully history will.
You know why I'm putting 3-horse race. Okay. I'm following most of these platforms, and some of your supporters, the party that you support, I hear the rhetoric that they don't want to be part of a coalition where UDP is going to lead. So technically, they are supporters. I'm not talking that their parties had made a statement, but the rhetoric, the antics from some of their supporters online is, we will not be part of any coalition with UDP. So technically, they are excluding UDP. And if they say that, our supporters can also say, we will not support a coalition that saw their leads. This is the thing. It's freedom of speech. If you have the latitude to say that, then UDP supporters can also say, okay, since their supporters are saying they will not support the coalition if UDP leads, we will also come out and say, we will not support any coalition that is. That's why people have to be very careful when they talk online, because you say something, somebody also can say something, and that's where the problem happens. I've heard from some of their supporters who have been very explicit on this, saying UDP is you need a coalition, they don't want. So that's why I said, okay, go and form a coalition on your own and leave us alone. So we be on our own then. You leave us alone since you don't trust us. The ones you trust, you muna under, you buy. Yeah. So anyway, let's see how the dynamics is gonna play in 2026. Yeah. Thank you, brother. Thank you to the boy. Thank you for a call. Thank you. Good night. Okay, I've got Strongman also. Probably it's gonna be the last caller for today. Strongman.
Yes, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Enembara, ebenyari. Alhamdulillah. Sedililom. Oh, apalaka, saya mantra Gambia. I be America say. Okay, good.
Yeah. So, based on Allah contribution of the and then they minna contribute land and then ko ning 2026 election one thing be keta nyala Gambia ning UDP mela poll fale la system o dol fale wala filam baron dado manding kere ko si ho bagire ko nde na soboto sol wolti ala de mini be mbul wala be mbul so bari tactico membe je was na sport counting in that side yen naka make sure le ane ada was up to go wala la nyawanya but any police station in Gambia enta dawo da didi go yen naka forum osole ila agent dolal ila agent to ni samba any police station tell the strategy kana fo car ko I send Ogurgo Kono. They will make sure any police station by Dawada. Ye Gurgo, the West Coast la Pigele, ye Kunjuru Soto, ye Sana Soto, ye pulling ye Gurgo Dal, Nialanko information that you have ibe wol be sotla police station on nyinto obe makwelal for sure ndela jero because in the 2021 election on carte of fire bari ka de result dol biye wol bu ka sotono e kana ko le ka mo jumal fo ma jene mala jumal fo ma je do fo ma je de fo malo do fo na malo so 2026 ya make sure police station e groupe ele second ni fana na another ko ngela ila 2026 barola lo dengala no ko nim barolo na barola yuno be ko ala because mol ne bodo baro bal numbers membeje
woti je sa
ya po membeje sante yudi fila numbers be maintain nal de am so ko wetar la de because ngalande carrefo ana tara ba di chocolate ata siala yudi fila number ni baro number ni di chocolate fo ka pare ya jikira mo mo la say wolde ko kanje
wolbe da kan NDP
so wala dina aman glaso de say mama kande il faut staget mo mama kande ni ama mama kande so no doron o number ni ngata ko balano number ni mbora ga to ko balano so do ko yala bakere wala dina man cham so di ni mama men bodeka so mol ba fukan ha bi baro wina bari tel ibuka system mo
no ni ngambe no pare da barote winna ngambe no pare da winna barote winna
yo so masakunda fana ai sila karola pul kasia bakere ata balani nga ku ko don na kribu karabol kasia asiko kribu karabol kasia do di di baran di kambake ko di mandra support so ka inside nin be ko fole so nin ta pala be getting it defense technology at the end of the day abla ta diam kesa fente bolano
anyway
yeah so when you okay day possible is a window
Abaraka strong man, a very good contribution. Baranga maybe Dami, you bring in some noise as well. So
yeah,
your drive can. Abaraka, I thank you for your time. Thank you. Okay, Barring all the last caller today is it's 22 minutes past midnight in the UK. Already it's early hours of Saturday morning in the United Kingdom. The program will close like that sign. Thank you so much. So thank you for being here, and thank you to all the callers. Meli Alon could call in, and the listeners as well. Meli Alon could join on this exclusive current affairs show. Meli Alon yesterday's edition Friday. Right now it's Saturday morning here. Today is the 12th of July right now in the UK, and also 12th of July in most parts of Europe. In United States, it's still the 11th of July in most parts, and if not all. And in the Gambia right now, it's 11:22. It's still Friday night in the Gambia. But in the United Kingdom, we're now in the early hours of Saturday morning. So Allah Brakabaki, thank you for being here. Thank you to the moderator for being there, always helping me out and bring it. Yes, we did. Yes, you can call in Tunko. I think that's Tunko. You can call in through the other number if you want. We can take Tunko Marin as the last caller. He wants to say something. That's fine. Yeah, that is it. So we will call it on night. So Tunko, yeah, I'm waiting for you to call. Then we'll wrap it up. I'll just play the music for you guys. Thank you.
Ale fonsaje de. Ale fonsaje. Ale fonsaje. Ale fonsaje. Munada bosanka baluo. Ale fonsaje. Meuseni dabo julalema. Ale fonsaje. Juloka manla maje. Ale fonsaje. Ni aja manla maje. Ale fonsaje. Suluo simbeneleda. Ale fonsaje. Useni masata. Alale amansandi ale ponsai mbaro da bodima ale ponsai mbaro da bodima ale ponsai enu mukunda da bodima ale ponsai alale bate jola ale ponsai masole bate jola ale ponsai aye gambia bondi bata kono ale ponsai maje molu bele sewota ala be nyinkelaye ale bonsai manso be nyinkelaye ale bonsai usen bodanyani dobo ale bonsai dobo gae usen ale bonsai anata kombo tumami ale bonsai London ata.
Okay, I'm waiting for Tunko Maranda calling. Jumala joined her. Okay, mbara nga ñen drop. Ngambara TikTok kanyin kele de ka mol selendile buka kalamuta because nga mol jele ka select TikTok live also. Ibuka lam fongo seletale. I've seen this happen a lot of times. So, maybe that's why I'm not connected. Tungo e call kele ba ngama mbara nga jibe. No, Tungo man call ke follow. Tungo, I'm waiting for you. Mela miss call jele. Nga modo le je banta ba ngama admin mbara nga Tungo jibe ngama talon.
Ale fonsaje de. Ale fonsaje. Ale fonsaje. Ale fonsaje. Muna dabo sanka baluo. Ale fonsaje. Mbe useni dabo julale ma. Ale fonsaje.
Admin jumala be call ke kan. Tungo ngama likely Tungo marena ronde but
Ale fonsaje de. Ale fonsaje. Ale fonsaje. Ale fonsaje. Muna dabo sanka baluo. Ale fonsaje. Mbe useni dabo julale ma. Ale fonsaje. Julo ka man la maje. Ale fonsaje. Ni aja man la maje. Ale fonsaje. Sulu osimbene da. Ale fonsaje. Useni masata. Ale fonsaje. Alale amansandi.
I was going to give chance to Tunko Marindo to call in, but now call I'm tell you admin period can I call in because I tell him I don't think that will be Yabinda. Because Yabinda is also admin on the page, but I don't think it will be Yabinda. I think that can possibly be Tunko. But Tunko is not picking up, so maybe I'm busy today, but I'll come and get I commented about 4 minutes ago. That's 12:22 a.m. and it's now 12:27 right now. So Malamunaketa in between, but Tungo Masika, I wanted to give him chance to. Okay, until we meet again. But remember, on the Saturday, on Sunday the 27th, I think it's if I get the right date right. Myself and Sana Judge will be here to talk about Seattle. 19th, Fatsen Sabali la Kafola program of Kala Farato, another than Alia, date new Falintale, Alia long, another 26 Latinum, Barianing. Mandina be UDP biro bale la jene me anko biro ya tola tala no ndogo jala la patindi da betala ji we kala 26 so la to later they brought theirs forward in 19 so abe donation on jinin ka kan makoro jinin ka nata janne doli asale ka support already thank you to those people so time be until the 19 the moment after donation la kasin kai you can send it there Sorry, I've got a text message from Gambia. Somebody's listening to the program saying, Sehu, the idea of three-horse race is very interesting. And I think you are spot on. The way I'm looking at the opposition is likely to be a three-horse race. But even the three-horse race is going to be complicated, Sehu. Who among PDIs, between PDIs and Sobeya, who is going to lead their coalition? Well, I cannot answer that question, my dear. You ask them. They will figure that out. I don't want to comment on that. So somebody texted me saying that this three-horse race that I'm saying here, this scenario, if Gambia is going to have a three-horse race in 2026, and presumably because there is talk, I've heard from the grapevines, I heard from their supporters, the way they talk on platforms, they are more comfortable to have an alliance with PDIS, which we don't have any qualms about that. So that's why I'm putting this out there, three-horse race. So if three-horse race is going to happen, he said there will be a challenge between PDI. According to this texter from Gambia, and no one can tell a word. I'm not going to mention the person's name. If people send me text messages into my private box, I don't read their names out because that means they want to remain anonymous because otherwise they will put a comment in the comment section. So if anybody send me something text, I don't read your name out. No, I keep the names quiet. I just read the message. This person does send a message saying it's going to be very interesting, but even within the three-horse race, who is going to be the leader of one of the horses? That's going to be a dark, but I'm sure they will have a formula in terms of who leads the coalition. So, and just like we had coalition 2016. So, Tungo Marina, I'll try you one more time, but Nima Siga. What makes me call Tungo video? I'm calling him video. Let me just call him normal call. Name Tungo Masika, then I'm going to wrap it up now. malam fo tunko lo wote bam mama tunko be na TikTok be okay so tunko wala ko mbarajo sitale saying you call a few times maybe busy tale thank you to all the people mele gift tori I appreciate bakale million live give still 106 people are giving us live and 54.2k alia katale 100k see but na 50 something k and Saira na program conclude la bandaba still have got 108 people watching us mashallah that's an impressive number but so good at saying but even though it's weekend but I'll get a sign for next time in bandaba so my program will end la jande ala baraka thank you
Ale fonsaje de Ale fonsaje Muna dabo sanka baluo Mbe useni dabo julalema Juloka man la maje Ni aja man la maje Suluo simmeneleda useni masata Alale ya mansa andi